Hey guys, tonight we're not setting sail into pirate-infested waters. No greasy, sunburnt sailors clinging to splintery death traps. No treasure maps that turn out to be someone's grocery list. And definitely no parrots shouting rude comments from the rigging. Nope. Tonight, we're drifting into something far deeper, gentler, and infinitely more comforting. The hidden, awe-inspiring secrets of Allah's mercy, the kind that wraps around the universe, the heart, and everything in between. But before we begin this quiet journey through divine compassion, take a second to like the video and subscribe, but only if you genuinely enjoy these peaceful, late-night explorations. And tell me where you're listening from and what time it is. Somehow, it's always 2 a.m. somewhere. And honestly, mercy is exactly the kind of thing that hits differently at 2 a.m. When the world is dark, your thoughts are loud, and you're just looking for a little calm. Now dim those lights, turn on a fan for that soft white noise breeze. Settle into your bed, your couch, or your blanket cocoon, and maybe tuck your feet in. Not because imaginary rats are plotting toe-based crimes tonight, but because cozy feet equal maximum spiritual comfort. Let's pause for a moment. Have you ever wondered just how vast Allah's mercy truly is? Not in the abstract, not in the poetic way we sometimes hear, but in the real, overwhelming, heart-softening sense. The kind of mercy that existed before creation, that sustains every breath you take, that forgives mistakes you haven't even made yet, and that constantly surrounds you even when you forget it's there? Tonight, we're drifting gently through those mysteries. We'll explore stories from prophets who discovered mercy in the middle of despair. We'll visit moments when entire nations were saved from destruction because compassion outweighed wrath. We'll look at how a single tear, a single prayer, a single quiet, "I'm trying," can open doors you never knew existed. And we'll wander through the 100 glimpses, the secrets, the layers, the reflections of a mercy so infinite that the human heart can barely contain its light. We're not here to lecture. We're not here to overwhelm. We're here to breathe through these stories, slowly, peacefully, letting each truth unfold like a lantern glowing in the dark. Imagine the ancient world around you. Deserts stretching under starry skies, prophets sitting beside wells, whispering prayers into the sand, families gathered around oil lamps, telling stories of forgiveness passed down through generations, people wandering through hardship, hunger, fear, exile, yet constantly being caught by mercy before they fell too far. Because in every era, across every distance, mercy arrives, quietly, powerfully, faithfully. So settle deeper into your pillow. Let your heartbeat slow. Let your mind soften around the edges. Let the noise of the day fade. Tonight, we're not navigating storms or chasing treasure. We're uncovering the secrets of a mercy so enormous it holds galaxies in place, yet still bends down to comfort a single tired heart at 2 a.m. Ready? Let's begin. Chapter 1. Before time, before creation, before the first star flickered, before light and darkness had meaning, before even the idea of before existed, there was a boundless cosmic void, silent, immeasurable, without form or limit. Yet this void was not empty in the way humans understand emptiness. It was a canvas of pure potential, waiting for the touch of the one whose existence is not bound by time, space, or creation itself. In this vast, unfathomable expanse, eternity stretched endlessly in all directions. No galaxies spun, no atoms vibrated, no sound traveled. There was no up or down, no distance, no motion, no separation. Creation had not yet begun. Time had not taken its first step. And yet, Allah was, existing with absolute perfection, with no beginning and no end. The visualization unfolds slowly, revealing the magnitude of this pre-creation reality. Deep shades of indigo and obsidian stretch outward, forming an endless cosmic horizon that seems to expand with every breath. There is no boundary to this space, no edge to its depth. It represents the eternal truth that Allah is not contained within the universe, nor shaped by it. He exists in absolute independence, timeless and self-sufficient. A soft glow begins to shimmer at the center of the void. Not a created light, not something born or produced, but a symbolic radiance representing divine presence, pure, eternal, unchanging. It does not spread because nothing exists for it to illuminate, yet it feels infinite, as though its mere presence fills the void with meaning. This glow is not meant to depict Allah, but to symbolize the reality that His existence is beyond all forms, beyond human imagination, beyond anything creation can reflect. The scene deepens with quiet reverence. The cosmic void seems to pulse gently, as if acknowledging the truth that everything it will one day hold, stars, planets, life, destiny, begins not from chaos, but from divine command. There is no movement, yet there is certainty. There is no sound, yet there is presence. Watching this eternal expanse feels like listening to silence that speaks. This is the eternity that has no beginning. This is the existence that requires no creator. This is the majesty that precedes creation itself. Slowly, the void begins to reveal its scale. Wisps of symbolic cosmic mist drift across the darkness, swirling in patterns that suggest the future birth of galaxies. These patterns form and dissolve, as though creation is rehearsing quietly before the divine command brings it to life. Each swirl hints at the infinite wisdom behind the universe, a wisdom that existed long before space, time, or matter appeared. The glow at the center becomes richer, warmer, though still soft and symbolic. It represents divine mercy, an attribute not created, not acquired, but eternally present with Allah. Even before anything existed to receive it, His mercy was infinite, timeless, and perfect. It is a reminder that mercy is not simply an action, but an eternal attribute woven into the very essence of divine existence. The void feels less lonely now, not because it is filled, but because it is understood. The eternal nature of Allah gives meaning even to emptiness. The boundless darkness is not a place. It is a reminder that the universe did not emerge from randomness, but from deliberate divine will. As the visualization continues, the void subtly brightens at its edges. The glow spreads in gentle arcs, symbolizing the nearness of creation. Nothing has been created yet, but the anticipation feels like the moment just before dawn, a calm, sacred stillness waiting for the command, be. Yet, in this scene, we pause. Creation has not begun, stars have not sparked, time has not awakened. We remain with the timeless truth that Allah existed before all things, remains over all things, and endures beyond all things. Eternal without beginning, eternal without end. And in this cosmic stillness, the heart finds awe and peace. Chapter 2. The Cosmic Theater of His Mercy. Salam alaikum, dear friends. Tonight we're diving into something even more mesmerizing than your perplexing family reunion. A cosmic journey through the shimmering nebulas of divine mercy that would leave even the most ambitious space traveler feeling like a toddler in a candy store. That's right, we're not just skimming the surface of celestial wonders, we're diving headfirst into the magnificent ocean of Allah's infinite mercy. But hold on a second. Before you settle in, let me remind you of the importance of likes and subscriptions, or at least that vague notion of needing validation. So if you're enjoying the ride, feel free to like, subscribe, and share your thoughts in the comments. But, let's be clear, only if you truly relish what you've heard. Now, dim those lights, turn on that soothing fan, and get comfy. Maybe grab a cozy blanket that reminds you of your childhood fables, like the one your grandmother insisted you take everywhere, despite your protests that you're too grown up for that. Ah, the false bravado of youth. As you settle in, Imagine waking up amidst the dazzling complexity of the 7th century Arabian Peninsula. You know, a time when social media was limited to grapevines and rumors flew faster than your cousin's goat at a petting zoo. Did they even have comfortable bedding? Or were they rolled up in dusty carpets? Did any peasant ever fantasize about living in a palace, specifically made of gold? Was there even a concept of personal space, or was it all, "Hey neighbor, want to share your lunch?" Congratulations, you've just woken up in the year 620 CE, a time when the Arabian Peninsula is buzzing with caravans, and towns are abuzz with even more gossip than a high school drama. You find yourself taken aback, gazing at an ethereal nebula sprawling above, a vast, swirling spectacle of colors that shimmers like 1,000 candles dancing in the wind. How strange, you think, that the mysteries of the universe are tucked right in the very fabric of your existence. Indeed, it seems that Allah's mercy is unparalleled, painting stories of inner peace with each twinkling star. Now, let's talk about that cosmic nebula above you. You stretch out your hand, fingers pointed toward it, but alas, like trying to scoop melted ice cream with a fork, you realize you can't quite reach this incomprehensible beauty. It's like holding on to a delicious dream that slips away the moment you wake up, a metaphor that awkwardly portrays the infinite nature of Allah, who exists beyond our grasp, yet whispers wisdom in the quiet corners of our hearts. All around, you can hear the clinking of water pitchers and the low hum of chatter at the bazaar. Isn't it ironic how they debate hard-hitting topics like, which date is the juiciest, while gazing at night skies lit with Allah's mercy? As you stroll through this lively marketplace, you encounter a local merchant named Hadis. Even among all these stars, Hadis believes he has found the brightest of them. He claims that if goods could talk, his pomegranates would win an Oscar for Best Supporting Fruit. With a twinkle in your eye, you consider asking him his secret. But then again, you wonder, do pomegranates even care about awards? As the night deepens, consider the essence of this moment. A spark of Allah's mercy lighting the shadows of your heart. Did you think humanity only realized the depth of divine compassion in the age of profound wisdom? Not quite. Even back in this bustling 7th century market, folks were exchanging laughter and banter questionable enough for the most astute of philosophers. Yet underneath it all lies a communal understanding that they belong to something larger. But hang on a minute. Let's keep it real. You would not be surprised that there'd be characters like Zubair, a dreamer who endlessly predicts the next big trend, only for his friends to remind him, "Dude, bread still hasn't arrived." Nevertheless, Zubair finds solace and wisdom beneath the stars, claiming that they beseech him with endless secrets of life and, well, bread. Just imagine how his social media feed would look like if he had one. As you draw closer to the heart of the city, you feel the warmth of camaraderie evolving through the laughter and voices. Silly gossip about local farming practices and the secret recipe of spiced lamb stew combine with dreams of celestial wonders and the admiration of slender crescent moons. These connections, however trivial they may seem, highlight the fabric of human existence and Allah's mercy. The invisible thread stitching hearts together, uniting intentions and sharing burdens. Ah, the beautiful absurdity of life. It is here, amid this vibrant community, that you must stop for a moment and consider that, amidst all the dreams of nebulas and aspirations to soar into the cosmos, Allah's infinite mercy cradles the simplest joys of existence, the laughter, the shared meals, and those sacred moments woven into the everyday. Here, in vibrant Arabia, you can already feel the blanket of compassion wrapping around you, taking shape like a comforting hug. So, as you drift deeper into this ancient universe, remember that each flicker of light above you is not merely stars, but a reminder of divine mercy, a cosmic love story unfolding before the eyes of humanity. Let this story embrace your heart, sleep upon your soul, and soothe your mind with the laughter of Zubair, the murmurs of the bazaar, and the whispers of the universe as you surrender to the soothing song of the night sky. May your dreams be soft and gentle, dear friends, as you embark on this celestial journey beneath the watchful embrace of the divine. Stay tuned for many more secrets waiting to unveil themselves in the realms of mercy. Stay with us as we keep exploring the brilliance that is Allah's infinite love, shimmering like a cosmic embrace over this humanity. Remember, the universe is a vast canvas, painted beautifully by the Creator's hand. Until next time, may your nights be filled with tranquility. Chapter 3. The Radiant Source of Unity. Salam alaikum, dear friends. Tonight we embark on an adventure that is brighter than a Muslim's smile after breaking fast, a journey to the core of the universe. Imagine a singular, brilliant source of light, radiating cosmic energy that shimmers like the finest silk in the sunlight. Sounds poetic, doesn't it? But hold on. This light isn't just for decoration. It symbolically represents Allah's infinite mercy, a unity that transcends the very fabric of heaven and earth. Have you ever considered how many goats it takes to light up a campfire? Or how many camel caravans it would take to carry a wisdom nugget across the desert? And let's not even begin with the eternal mystery of who ate the last piece of baklava. These may seem trivial, but they lead us to deeper questions of existence. What does it mean to be part of something larger? How can one source, one essence, connect an infinite array of stars and souls? Now, as we drift from absurdity to spirituality, close your eyes and picture yourself in the year 620 CE. You're waking up on the sandy, sun-kissed dunes of the Arabian Peninsula. Did the local population debate over which shade of camel milk is the most luxurious? Perhaps. But they also had their eyes on the vast canvas of the cosmos, where each twinkling star tells tales of divine mercy and cosmic unity. Picture this. You awaken, and the first thing your eyes behold is not your slightly older neighbor snoozing under a tattered cloak, but an electrifying nebula illuminating the night sky. Look closely, and you'll see. This cosmic dance of colors is like Allah's unique, merciful brush striding across the firmament, crafting stories of faith above. As you stretch and step outside, the air is rich with scents of spices wafting through the labyrinthine streets. The merchants are in full swing, each trying to outdo the other, just like in those grocery store ads you might be avoiding. "Come buy my dates, they're juicier than last week's gossip," you might hear among the chatter. And suddenly, you bump into an excited stranger, let's call him Saif, who's convinced his figs could topple the pyramids of Egypt for sweetness. Is that true? Or is he just a tad over-exaggerating? But amongst all the merchant banter lies a deeper truth, a reminder of Allah's designs interwoven in the mundane. The bustling streets turn into corridors of dreams as you wander deeper into the city. Here's the funny part. Everyone seems to know the latest predictive trends concerning bread sales, but do they ever ponder about the celestial realm? Really? You might be surprised to learn they spend hours debating if the new shopkeeper named Malik has the best spice blend. And here's the icing on the cake. Zubair, a legendary dreamer, insists he can predict the next hottest trends, like who will grow the biggest marrows this season. Imagine the laughter, the camaraderie among this vibrant community. They believe, much to Zubair's delight, that one day he'll finally win a gardening competition, while he pompously declares, "Even the lamppost has to recognize my superiority in gardening." Ah, the beautiful absurdity of human pride. Though we often chuckle, there is a greater truth waiting to be unraveled. So, as you stroll through these lively markets, a comforting thought sets in. Each flicker of light above represents a thread of divine mercy woven through the community's fabric. Did people truly recognize that they were part and parcel of something extraordinary? Yes, amidst the social ripple of life lies the mercy that Allah bestows, a gift to remind them of their unity, transcending petty squabbles and intrigue. Ah, those moments of connection. They echo Allah's infinite love. Like the way children awkwardly barter for marbles, or how everyone seems to lend a hand, or a loaf of bread, to their neighbor at mealtime. When one flourishes, all flourish, and that symbiotic dance of life reflects Allah's divine unity. Enveloped in that very universe filled with laughter and absurdity, you ponder, could this beautifully chaotic land potentially reveal Allah's secrets of mercy? Let's take a more structured look at life in the 7th century. Just as your great-aunt has a secret stash of baklava that no one knows about, these people hold the key to profound wisdom embedded within their hearts, mingling kindness with mischief. You notice the vivid colors draping the stalls, the blues and golds of brightly woven textiles. If walls could speak, you'd find them recounting tales of warmth, love, struggle, and even the occasional gossip about who was a little too friendly with the newly arrived caravan. Resoundingly echoing in the marketplace, you encounter Haris, the merchant with fig dreams and bustling giggles. If my goods could speak, they'd whisper sweet nothings, he insists with a twinkle in his eye. And to be fair, who wouldn't be charmed by fruit with aspirations? The enchanting banter unfolds, and the laughter blends into the night sky, drawing you in deeper and igniting a sense of familiarity that feels oddly comforting. As darkness wraps around the horizon, the calls of the evening whispers and marketplaces fade into melodies of kindness and joy. That brilliant light remains overhead, ever the silent witness, symbolizing unity that binds all, regardless of their clatter or chit-chat. It's as if Allah Himself orchestrated the rhythm of this earthly dance. To wrap up this delightful chapter, dear listeners, as you lay here drifting in our cosmic embrace, remember that each joke shared, each story spun beneath that radiant sky, is a step closer to unveiling the magnificent secrets of Allah's infinite mercy. Every giggle is a reminder that we are all threads in a grand tapestry of existence. May you find peace in understanding that just as the stars twinkle above, so too does Allah's light remain, ever present in your soul. Now, let's delve even deeper into these mysteries as we continue our celestial voyage into the heart of divine love. Stay tuned for more secrets that await, illuminating your path to a better understanding of Allah's abundant mercies. Chapter 4. The Cosmic Clockwork of Divine Mercy. Salam alaikum, dear listeners. Picture this: a cosmic machine humming away in the vastness of space, its gears made from stars and galaxies, turning smoothly without the slightest hint of friction. It's more efficient than your neighbor's barbecue, which inevitably requires an emergency trip to the store for forgotten supplies. Tonight, we unravel the secrets behind Allah's incredible creation, the universe, and how it mirrors His infinite mercy. Before we dive in, I kindly urge you, if you're snug in your blankets and feeling cozy, give that like button a friendly tap and subscribe for more cosmic journeys, but only if you actually enjoy this whimsical experience of ours. Now, dim the lights, crank up that fan to resemble the gentle breeze of a moonlit night, and nestle into your deepest dreams. Have you ever pondered if the sun ever gets tired of rising? Or if the stars have secret sibling rivalries over who sparkles the brightest? As we settle into the 7th century CE, let's consider the heavy responsibilities of celestial bodies. Perhaps it's like managing a chaotic family reunion without any of the entertaining drama getting out of hand. Congratulations! You've just woken up in a bustling oasis where the sands are warm and the sun adopts the role of a friendly therapist rather than a relentless overseer. Amidst the clamor of daily life, imagine the profound joy experienced by the locals, who believe that each twinkle in the night sky is a gentle reminder of Allah's unyielding mercy. But wait, before we delve into the business of stargazing and philosophy, let's think of the mundane aspects of this era. What's breakfast without a side of existential crisis? Just as you're contemplating that, someone inevitably asks, which came first, the camel or the milk? A recurring query that could ignite a debate hotter than the desert sun. Let's paint a picture of your surroundings. The aroma of roasting lamb mixed with spices dances through the air as merchants call out to eager buyers, negotiating prices with a passion that would put even the fiercest bargain hunters in modern souks to shame. 10 dirhams for this beauty? One croaks, eyeing a less than stellar goat like it's the last one on earth. And you? You can't shake the feeling that this goat might have stolen those barky eyes from the stars themselves. As the sun begins its descent, you hear children playing by the wells, their giggles peering into the heavens. Surely they're plotting how to barter with a star or two. Between the giggles, you find yourself wondering if their antics rival the celestial mechanics at play above. Do cosmic laws ever take a break? Or have they simply set their courses on autopilot? Living amongst divinely orchestrated stars and galaxies, it becomes ever clearer that Allah's designs are both intricate and forgiving. Now, let's transition to the nitty-gritty of daily life that makes this peculiar era both bewildering and familiar. The governance. Ever tried organizing a community picnic without someone claiming the corner with the shade? And what's this? Caliphs giving orders as if they're guiding a flock of sheep through a busy bazaar? You could imagine that even at this cosmic scale of divine mercy, there might be a moment when one wise caliph scratches his head, pondering, what do I do when my neighbor's camel keeps eating my morning oats? Thankfully, divine mercy flows through these challenges, wrapping life's absurdities in layers of humor and wisdom. As night cloaks the bustling town, you witness vendors wrapping up their wares, exchanging tales of celestial adventures. Who said the Pleiades once competed in a racing tournament against the Big Dipper? It's all in the stories shared around campfires over cups of aromatic tea, which you patiently await. The call to prayer resonates like celestial music, a reminder of unity under the glorious night sky. Imagine gathering with your neighbors beneath this cosmic clockwork, glancing upward toward an exhilarating showcase of twinkling stars, a true reflection of Allah's mercy and love. As we drift toward conclusion, let's take a moment to reflect. In a universe where planets whiz by with clock-like precision, where each galaxy dances to its own rhythm, we find ourselves enveloped by Allah's mercy, a cosmic embrace. Just like the gears of our celestial machine, every small act of kindness here on earth resonates with divine synchronicity. So, as you lay here, snug in your sheets, remember, dear listeners, each twist of a star, each glimmer of light mirrors the countless secrets of Allah's infinite mercy. Amidst the swirling cosmos, we too are part of a grand tapestry, intricately woven with threads of love, laughter, and the occasional absurdity. Now, rest your weary heads, for we have much more to explore. May Allah's endless mercy envelop your nights and guide your dreams. In the end, it's not just the universe that spins on, it's our hearts, dancing in tune with the marvelous secrets yet to be revealed. Until our next celestial adventure, sweet dreams await.
Chapter 5. The Divine Light, a Cosmic Embrace. Salam alaikum, dear listeners. Are you ready to drift into a story so bright that it outshines your last trip to the dentist? Tonight, we're going to delve into something infinitely more luminous than your average light bulb. The formless, neutral energy of Allah's divine mercy illuminating all of creation. Before we embark on this extraordinary journey, I humbly encourage you to give that like button a gentle nudge and subscribe. Only, of course, if you genuinely enjoy the delightful absurdity we're about to dive into. So, dim those lights, crank the fan to recreate a gentle breeze, and position yourself in a cozy nook of your blankets. We're about to take a fascinating journey through the 7th century CE, when everything felt a bit more sand underfoot and a tad less Wi-Fi dependent. Have you ever wondered how celestial energies manage existential crises? I mean, do stars ever light up just to have a breakdown about being a burnout? And speaking of divine energy, what if you had to explain to a confused comet why it can't identify as either a male or female star? It's quite the cosmic conundrum, isn't it? Now, let's picture this. Congratulations.
You've just awakened in a sunlit oasis, beyond the bustling alleys and merchants of a lively souk. You're surrounded by an endless expanse of blue sky, bright sands, and a gentle ambience that feels like a cosmic hug. But wait, right when you think you're harmonizing with nature, the neighbor's goat interrupts your introspection by nibbling on your mint leaves. Talk about an uninvited guest at a cosmic tea party. Drenched in the warm glow of the afternoon sun, you can't help but imagine the infinite light of Allah pouring onto creation, equally illuminating both nomads and newly built caliphs alike. It's like a divine Google Drive. Every single entity and creature is granted access to endless wisdom, whether they wanted it or not. Imagine a limitless source of compassion floating gracefully, like the delicious scent of fresh bread wafting through a bustling market. As the sun dips closer to the horizon, casting golden hues all around, the warm sound of laughter echoes through your surroundings. You spot a cluster of children drift towards the nearby well, hopping and twirling, their joy bisecting the boundary between earthly concerns and celestial secrets. They must be whispering plans to trade one of those playful stars for another. Do stars ever get jealous, you wonder? Do they compete to shine the brightest just to be the favorite in Allah's cosmic family? Turning away from universal musings, let's spend a moment appreciating the absurdity of everyday life. Picture this: a wise caliph addressing the crowd, holding a town hall meeting about public lawns, while simultaneously managing celestial matters. You can almost hear his rhetorical question. Why is everyone complaining about the goat? I mean, it's
Not like Goliath's testing my cosmic patience here. Even amidst the sacred and the heavenly, human dilemmas reign supreme. Just imagine how peasant philosophers would gather to debate whether it's possible for a cactus to be offended. Their hypothesized answer, a resounding possibly, might even rival the question of the age: if Allah envelops us in mercy, is there a heavenly suggestion box for complaints? The sun slips further into twilight, providing a surreal backdrop for vendors closing their stalls, trading tales of divine mischief and starry escapades. You overhear them trying to quantify how many grains of sand are in the desert compared to how many grains of laughter they produce each year. Quite the calculation, don't you think? And just then, the call for prayer rises through the air, filling your heart with peace. Here you are, a small part of this magnificent universe, woven into a fabric stitched from compassion, humor, and of course, cosmic wisdom. It's almost like those celestial bodies dancing in the night sky above dutifully echo Allah's infinite mercy, whether you are a merchant, a philosopher, or, yes, even a curious goat. As we ebb gently towards the conclusion of this enlightening adventure through light and laughter, consider this: all the stars twinkling above and the grains of sand beneath your feet conspire to remind us that we are enveloped in Allah's endless mercy. Amid a universe where everything seems locked in an eternal embrace of light, it becomes clear that we too share in this divine benevolence. So, as you nestle deeper into your blankets, remember that each flicker of cosmic light tells tales of compassion unparalleled, a reflection of the majestic, formless energy that has always been, neither male nor female. Each moment produces countless secrets of Allah's infinite mercy, allowing us to drift into a peaceful slumber cradled in cosmic love. May Allah's mercy keep you warm tonight, and as you drift into your dreams, recognize that the universe continues to dazzle in timeless wonder. Until our next celestial exploration, sweet dreams await. Chapter 6: The Cosmic Embrace, Allah's Unfathomable Mercy. Salam alaikum, dear listeners. Tonight, we embark on a journey that could rival the greatest family road trip. Only instead of wobbly camping tents, we are delivered straight into the cosmic embrace of Allah's divine energy. Imagine being wrapped in warmth and compassion so indescribable, it makes your overcooked aunt's holiday casserole sound appealing and remarkably edible. As we float through this profound story of unbounded spiritual energy that fills every nook and cranny of existence, I invite you, dear listener, to like, subscribe, and perhaps comment if you find the time. Only if you genuinely enjoy the grandeur and hilarity of our celestial exploration. Now, let's set the stage. Dim the lights, adjust that fan for a delightful cosmic breeze, and sink deeper into your blankets as if they were woven from the very stars themselves. Ponder for a moment. If Allah's mercy were a snack, would it be as satisfying as freshly baked cookies, or a little more esoteric, like a bowl of mystery-flavored jelly beans? Have you ever tried to explain the intricate, often puzzling connections between our earthly woes and celestial bliss to your pet cat? No, Whiskers. The universe can't really hear you meowing for dinner. It's almost laughable how we overestimate our cosmic importance. Congratulations. You've just woken up in the 7th century CE, a time when sand was your main form of exfoliant, and Wi-Fi signals were as rare as sincere compliments from your neighbor. You find yourself perched atop the dunes under a sprawling canvas of azure skies, blessed by glorious rays of an all-encompassing light. As you squint into the brightness, you can almost feel the divine energy swirling about, like an invisible blanket of cosmic love that covers not just Earth, but every corner of existence. And let's not forget the lovely soundtrack, the gentle rustle of palm leaves harmonizing with the delightful cries of market vendors engaging in the age-old war of who can shout the loudest about their figs. If a goat happens to provide some background bleating, you know you're truly in the right era. Let's talk about divine whispers. Imagine how it might feel to receive whispered advice directly from the one who created the cosmos. Oh, Allah, what's my next big life decision? Should I choose falafel or shawarma for lunch? Delighted laughter erupts in your surroundings. Even those hay-stuffed goats seem to chuckle at your cravings. Have the celestial beings ever tried falafel? One can only wonder. As the sun dips toward the horizon, casting gold and auburn hues across the sky like a master painter, a chorus of laughter bumps against your ears, weaving through the fabric of this ancient marketplace. You spot a group of children huddled around, deep in conversation. What could they possibly be scheming? Trading celestial secrets, or perhaps bartering birthdays for generations to come? You give me your star, and I'll let you keep the earth under your feet. It's quite the negotiation. One must also admire the humor in daily challenges. Picture this. A wise caliph is trying to maintain order in the land while simultaneously accounting for lost goats. Yes, the infamous issue that often plagued rulers. I assure you folks, it's not that I can't handle rebellion. It's just a bit challenging when Goliath, our town's goat, has decided to give my thoughts a taste. As the sunset paints the sky, illuminating the options for those wandering to the well, imagine how the profound and the mundane weave together in a tapestry. There's an air of divine connection, like a cosmic Wi-Fi signal guiding humanity toward true wisdom and understanding. Amidst your reflections, you overhear vendors discussing the answer to life's most pressing question. Just how many grains of sand is in this very desert compared to laughter, the truly priceless currency? It's a poignant reminder that while earthly matters may seem vast, joy is the ultimate treasure. And as you gaze toward the heavens, adorned with twinkling stars, a gentle call for prayer rises like a soothing melody. Here you are, a tiny yet significant part of this boundless universe, each strand stitched from love, laughter, and mercy. Together with merchants, philosophers, and yes, even those slightly confused goats, remember that all are enveloped in Allah's profound wisdom and mercy. As we gently drift away from this exploration of cosmic love, consider that every flicker of light dripped from Allah is a reminder of joy embraced, secrets unveiled, and lives transformed. No matter who you are, be it a mighty caliph or a gentle goat, you are cherished. And so, as you nestle deeper into your blankets, know that you are cradled in Allah's infinite compassion, embraced by energy that uplifts and supports you even as you dream.
Until our next celestial voyage, may the stars continue to shimmer in divine wonderment, and may your sleep be encapsulated by Allah's infinite mercy. Sweet dreams await.
Chapter 7. The Enchanted Glade. Nature's Unseen Glorification. Salam alaikum, dear listeners. Tonight we find ourselves in a place so lush and vibrant that even your overly chatty neighbor would be left speechless. Picture it. The 7th century CE, more specifically, a moment nestled within the early days of Islamic revelation, before Wi-Fi and shopping malls, but with a rich tapestry of divine lore constantly unfolding. As you settle in, let's indulge in imagining what life could be like amid colossal trees, fluttering leaves that seem to whisper secrets, and glimmering stones that glow with hidden messages, like nature's own Instagram feed. You know that feeling when you find your favorite snack in the back of the pantry? Imagine if each leaf and drop of water was pulling that kind of delighted surprise. Don't forget to hit like, subscribe, and comment, only if you truly enjoy these celestial explorations, of course. So turn down those lights, set your fan to the idyllic, gentle breeze setting, and snuggle into your cocoon of blankets like a butterfly ready to emerge from its chrysalis. Now, do you think trees ever gossip about their neighboring flora? What do you think the breeze is saying about me? Is my bark still smooth? And how do those ancient stones feel about their glittering reputation? Are they vain? Do they think they're the sparkliest in the forest? Congratulations! You've just woken up amid a forest that dazzles with divine light, where leaves shimmer with a glistening glow, and the air is fragrant with secrets. Ah, the 7th century, a time of oil lamps and whispers instead of tech stress. As you venture deeper into this enchanted glade, each step rustles effortlessly through a carpet of verdure, transforming your every footfall into a gentle melody. The forest is alive. Feel it. Listen closely, and you'll perceive a chorus of nature celebrating the divine in concert. The trees sway rhythmically, as if grooving to an unheard beat, while the stream bubbling nearby sings a soothing lullaby, surely an ancient ballad about the oneness of Allah. Imagine tiny insects elaborately orchestrating their own fleeting dances, whispering enchantments and prayers that float to the heavens. Dear Allah, they convey, please grant us the grace of another sunny day. It's hilarious to imagine a beetle sipping nectar, pondering while comparing life goals. Do I aim to be a lumbering log or a sprightly twig? Is organic the way to go? Let's pause to admire the mysterious stones strewn across the forest floor, glimmering with unmatched grace. Beneath every pebble lies boundless potential. Children of the forest, have you ever spent hours just convincing a stone to roll over? Picture this. A child is arguing with a boulder. Come on, buddy, just a little nudge. I promise it's your moment to shine. The atmosphere tingles with unseen love. The birds chirp tales of camaraderie, doves cooing. Soothingly, like nature's own therapy sessions. Oh, my feathered friend, let's not fret over tomorrow's seed stock. We have today, and these lush offerings. Besides, who needs a stress ball when a beautiful forest floor is at our feet? As dusk unfolds, sunlight tantalizingly flirts with the horizon, spilling gold and emerald hues across the sky. A breathtaking masterpiece where every color melds like a painter's brush exploring new realms. This is not merely a sunset. This is divine artistry in the making. It's the universe's way of saying, look, I always have the best specials of the day in stock. Imagine the gentle breeze, a messenger of sweet blessings floating through the forest, carrying the whispers of gratitude from every leaf, every blade of grass. O Creator of all marvels, how do you maintain such charming beauty? Please grant us more evenings like this. And just then, you come across a clearing bursting with laughter, where clans of woodland creatures engage in a raucous yet amiable debate over who makes the best nest. Raccoons have a knack. It's all about the flair,
argues one lively rabbit. But let's not dismiss the squirrels. They are practically the Picasso of nest design. Their spirited bickering, filled with humor and chaos, only illustrates the vibrancy of life nestled within Allah's creation. In this glade, the delight is palpable, with a mysterious pulse flowing through the entire landscape. It's a bold reminder of Allah's mercy, manifest just in the simplicity of a morning's dew sparkling in the sunlight, or the rustling leaves that never cease their songs of earnest glorification. As twilight deepens, nearly camouflaged fireflies appear, twinkling like tiny stars, nature's version of fairy lights, illuminating the dark corners with flickers of joy. "Oh look," they exclaim, "our time to shine is here. Do you think we're as pretty as Allah's infinite mercy?" Your heart twirls with laughter at this delightful image. So, as you nestle deeper into your snuggly abode, remember this enchanted forest, a patch of paradise where laughter, kindness, and unassuming beauty flourish. You are part of this divine story, a small yet significant aspect of a much greater creation. Allah's mercy envelops all creatures here, from the tallest trees to the tiniest insects, all reminding humanity of their interconnectedness within this tapestry of existence. As we wrap up our delightful journey through this glade, remember that every rustle, every float of energy, is a wave of divine love reaching out to embrace you. So take a moment to breathe it all in. You're cradled in Allah's infinite compassion, immersing yourself in a world that exists beyond just the mundane. Until we reconvene for another enchanting voyage across the cosmos, may your dreams be sprinkled with the joy of this lush forest, reminding you always of the depths of Allah's mercy. Sweet,
Tender, eternal. Sleep tight, dear listeners, and let the whispers of nature serenade you to rest. Chapter 8. The Infinite Ocean of Mercy. Embracing Vulnerability. Salam alaikum, dear listeners. Has there ever been a moment in your life where you felt like a one-armed juggler in a circus full of clowns? Welcome to the 7th century CE, a time where you could be drawing water from a well, only to discover it was more like a toddler's play area than a source of hydration. Tonight, my friends, we dive into a serene yet powerful realm, an infinite ocean that personifies Allah's boundless mercy. Truly, it's more refreshing than an ice cream truck rolling up during a summer heat wave. Be sure to give a gentle thumbs up if you're enjoying these tales. After all, no one wants to feel like a lonely date at a dinner party. And don't forget to subscribe and comment, but only if you're genuinely tickled by our celestial journey, of course. Adjust the lights to that cozy-ish level where you're half asleep and your fan whirls like a Sufi dancer on a sugar rush. Bliss. Now let me tickle your curiosity with a few questions. What would daily life look like without your smartphone? Would you find it easier to count stars or sheep? Could you even enjoy a quiet evening without scrolling until you doze off? Imagine someone just waking up in this land of arrows and camels, waiting to discover divine messages pouring down like rain on a parched field. You picture a bustling market where merchants bicker about the price of dates more energetically than sports fans arguing over a missed point. Congratulations, you've just woken up in the heart of this mesmerizing scene. The 7th century, where every corner holds a secret and every cloud appears to carry a protective shadow more profound than a sleepy grandma's warm embrace. Here, beneath the vast Arabian sky, you find yourself enveloped in an infinite ocean of shimmering, warm light. It flows gently over your frightened figure, wrapping you up tighter than grandma's shawl on a chilly winter night. As you stand there, engulfed in this soft glow, it's impossible not to feel vulnerable yet secure, with a palpable mixture that tastes like honey and spices. Trust me when I say that embracing vulnerability can be scarier than hosting a first-time dinner party where the guests are vegan, gluten-free, and allergic to smells. If you ever wondered what it feels like to be both exposed and embraced simultaneously, this moment is it. Take a deep breath. The air here is infused with scents of blooming jasmine and warm spices. It's a fragrant invitation to step into the grace of Allah's mercy. You might even imagine a butterfly whispering life lessons, fluttering past, reminding you, hey, it's okay to fall apart a little. Just reassemble, like a puzzle, and gain new perspectives. Such playful reminders spill from the gentle breeze, teasing your senses to awaken to the divine beauty surrounding you. Ever tussled with feelings of self-doubt? Picture this: a lone cactus swaying to the rhythm of an unseen wind, standing tall and proud despite its prickly exterior. It's stubbornly saying, I hold my place here too, and I'm not leaving. Like that one stubborn friend who insists on ordering dessert after the entire buffet, it reminds you that it's perfectly acceptable to be unapologetically present, even when the world feels a bit uncomfortable around you. As you immerse deeper into this luminous ocean, waves of joy lap against your feet, inviting you to dive in fully. Why try to tiptoe through life when you can express your truth as freely as the playful fish leaping under the glow of the moon? Isn't it a bit amusing that the fish showcase their acrobatic skills while humans worry about who's watching, appearing awkward as they trip over everything? A little comical, isn't it? Humor springs from this divine simplicity, showing us that life, in all its light and shadow, is like sipping hot tea and discovering a delightful surprise at the bottom. Oh look, I didn't know there was peppermint in here. You might find a smile creeping onto your face, a sign that Allah is playfully nudging you. But let's not forget the majestic depths of Allah's mercy. Every soft wave against your skin resonates a reminder of the Creator's embrace. Don't worry, dear one. Like the tides, you will rise and fall. But know that I am always here. Imagine those comforting words wrapping around you as tightly as your favorite blanket on a winter evening, guaranteeing warmth and tenderness only found in life's most sacred moments. You meet others who, like you, float nearby, individuals transformed under the same gentle luminescence. Here, every person represents a journey, as unique as the grains of sand on an untouched beach, while also reminding you how connected we are in our collective vulnerability. Let's laugh together, shall we? They seem to cheer, as a chorus of soft chuckles rises to meet the sky. In this ocean, nothing is too scary or too heavy to bear. As you glide through the gentle waves of mercy, think of those moments when you felt lost, anxious, or overwhelmed. It's like attempting to assemble IKEA furniture alone. Frustrating, right? But here, you realize that the divine instruction manual is written in your heart, guiding you every step of the way. Remember that this path of understanding is more collective than solitary. It's a dance in a grand ball, where each soul plays a part, even if they trip occasionally. The warmth of this ocean softens all edges, making way for laughter and kindness to bubble up like a fizzy drink on a hot day, reminding you that your vulnerability carries immense wisdom. So as we conclude this enchanting segment, cradle this feeling of divine embrace, reminding you that you are never truly alone. May you drift gently into dreams filled with the ocean's warmth, lulled by laughter, joy, and a sense of belonging. The infinite mercy of Allah wraps around you like a soft shawl that comforts, challenges, and transforms. Until we gather again for another voyage through divine tales, may your dreams be infused with this sacred glow. Sleep well, dear friends, and let the tides of mercy guide you into the rest you truly deserve. Chapter 9. The Gentle Hand of Al-Wadud, Embracing Allah's Infinite Love. Salam alaikum, dear listeners. Have you ever experienced the heartwarming joy of finding a lost sock right when you needed it most? In tonight's tale, we journey into a realm of profound love, much like stumbling upon a secret stash of chocolate when you thought all hope was lost. Imagine, if you will, a hand so gentle that it cradles the universe like a tender parent, whispering affection to every corner of creation. Tonight, we're diving into the heavenly embrace of Al-Wadud, the gentle one, the affectionate. Picture this. You're drifting on a warm breeze that carries the essence of roasted nuts and fragrant herbs, while tiny stars twinkle like friendly fireflies in the vast night sky. The serenity it evokes is more soothing than your favorite cup of chamomile tea after a long day. Yes, even if your neighbor's dog has been barking for hours. So, let us set the scene. Dim your lights to that frost-bitten glow, just shy of a glowworm festival, and let your comfy blanket wrap around you tighter than an overenthusiastic bear hug. Feel free to rest your head on that ever-so-inviting pillow that knows your secrets. Like the time you tried to impress someone by cooking and ended up starting a smoke alarm orchestra. Now, here's something to ponder. Ever felt like a couch potato waving at the weekend while the weekdays zoom past? Imagine trying to navigate the bustling streets of early 7th century Arabia without a smartphone, frantically asking folks for directions while also trying not to spill your favorite drink. Let's not even get started on how you've just rolled out of bed, in a world where the closest thing to a snooze button is a goat blocking your path to the nearest oasis. Congratulations, you've just woken up in 630 CE amid the early Islamic era, when the divine messages were being revealed in whispers and miracles, like unexpected fireworks on a quiet evening. You find yourself standing on the sun-baked sands of Medina, feeling the warmth of the sun as it drapes over you, a plush scarf woven from the very threads of Allah's love. As you look around, a gentle breeze brushes past, so light and lovely that you half expect to hear it say, "You're doing just fine." You see a tiny, fragile planet held delicately within a luminous hand made of pure, subtle energy, an embodiment of Al-Wadud's infinite affection. This hand cradles the world as if it were a beloved child, nurturing it with kindness, just like when your grandmother would fuss over you, ensuring you never went hungry, even when you claimed you were definitely not hungry while eyeing the cookie jar. You might think to yourself, what is this tenderness? Or perhaps, is it too much to ask for a little slice of this divine love? In this moment, Allah's infinite mercy envelops you like a cozy blanket, reassuring you that vulnerability is not a weakness, but a pathway to connection with the Creator. Consider it the warm hug you've been waiting for, wrapped in oils and spices that emanate comfort, a feeling reminiscent of returning home after an unnecessarily long and awkward outing. Did you know that in this land of love and mercy, the moon glows brighter than that fluorescent light bulb above your kitchen sink? Picture it shining down like a proud parent at a school play. A star is born, coloring the skies with hues of tranquility. Every twinkle echoes a promise. You are heard, you are loved, you are safe. But let's not ignore the comical moments, shall we? Imagine stubbing your toe on a patch of quicksand right as you're trying to soak in all this affection. Life's little missteps often remind us of the sweetness of imperfection. Just like trying to assemble IKEA furniture without a manual, half the time you end up with an extra screw and a spirit questioning all choices. Now, standing amidst the vast surroundings of an era filled with tales of ancient prophets and unseen miracles, you feel a surge of warmth wash over you, a wave of Allah's mercy that whispers through your very being. Like a delicate flower, you sway with a beautiful rhythm, dancing to the song of divine love, feeling the pulse of existence reverberating through your soul. In that moment of connection, strangers become friends. You see faces around you that reflect joy, struggle, laughter, and tears. Everyone, in their beautiful imperfection, is united by this cosmic embrace, a community nurtured by the heavenly hand of Al-Wadud. In this shared vulnerability, rich conversation flows, tales of daring adventures are shared, and laughter echoes in a way that is contagiously joyful. As you settle into this comforting scene, remember that Al-Wadud's mercy is here, cradling you gently like a child,
ready to whisk away the weight of the world, if only you allow it. Life can feel like an uncomfortable sofa after hours of binge watching. It may be worn out, but it's all about finding that perfect cushion to lean into for a rest. So let go, dear listener, and embrace the tenderness of Allah's infinite mercy, allowing it to saturate your heart like a drizzle of honey on warm bread. May you float into a serene slumber, wrapped in divine love and laughter, knowing you are never alone, never unworthy, and forever enfolded in a cosmic embrace. Until we meet again in the soft whispers of the universe, let this tranquil journey carry you into your dreamscape, where every heartbeat echoes with Al-Wadud's infinite love, and every thought is gentle as a breeze on a cool, moonlit night. Sleep well, dear friends, and may your dreams be filled with the sweetness of divine mercy.
Chapter 10. Under the Cascading Light of Al-Ghafar, Embracing Infinite Forgiveness. Salam alaikum, dear listeners. Tonight, we delve into a tale more refreshing than a glass of ice-cold lemonade on a blistering summer day. Picture this: a majestic waterfall pouring forth a cascade of bright, cleansing light, washing away the heavy clouds of past mistakes. It's almost like that moment when your credit card bill arrives and, miraculously, it's less than you expected. Yes, but we're not there yet. It's deeper, more profound. Imagine standing beneath this remarkable waterfall, located, of course, in the sun-soaked deserts of early 7th century Arabia. You're enveloped in the radiant warmth of endless grace and mercy. This is our entry point into a vivid exploration of Al-Ghafar, the ever-forgiving, the one who embraces broken souls with immense love. So go ahead, take a deep breath, relax those tense muscles. Don't worry, I assure you this will be more soothing than listening to a cat purring while you contemplate life decisions. Now, if you can, let your mind wander to the curious inhabitants of that time. How on earth did they manage to stay clean without a store-bought exfoliating scrub? And what were their favorite spices? Surely, if they could figure out how to turn camel milk into ice cream, they could craft something even more splendid. Picture the merchants in the bustling streets of Medina, loudly hawking their wares, challenging you for an ounce of gold as you struggle to choose between one hilariously oversized rug or approximately 25 bags of dates. Congratulations, you've just woken up in the year 630 CE, amidst vibrant markets overflowing with an assortment of perfumes, fabrics, and a hint of impatience from those wondering if you'll ever make a decision. As the sun dips low in the sky, painting the sands with a palette of orange and peach, you can almost hear the faint echoes of laughter, friendly banter, and the occasional sheep bleating like it's auditioning for a solo. Here you are, standing at the foot of a mighty waterfall that cascades with the relentless power of divine forgiveness. Let the water drench your worry, washing away regret as if it were a pesky mosquito. The refreshing light splashes upon you, releasing all your past burdens, like that time you butchered your friend's birthday cake, turning it from masterpiece to something resembling confused pancake stacks. Ah, but it is all forgiven now, as a comforting cocoon of luminosity wraps around your being, nurturing every regret like a tender, caring grandparent. Breathe in that scent, a mix of fresh earthiness and a hint of jasmine, whispering the mantra of Al-Ghafar into the very fibers of your soul. Feel the warmth flood your heart, as if Mother Nature herself has decided to give you a gentle hug. Can you hear the whisper of the water? It speaks of things lightly, yet deeply, revealing one truth: you are always worthy of love, no matter your past. Let's take a little detour, shall we? Imagine the Prophet Muhammad, peace be upon him, walking through the verdant streets of Medina, where everyone knows your name. A bit like a sitcom set in the desert. Every night, he would retreat to the cave of Hira, perhaps thinking, if only there were a good place for a latte, as the angel Gabriel whispered divine messages into his ear. But back to the waterfall. It's like a divine cleansing ritual, washing away your past mishaps, your little misadventures, your, oops, that didn't go as planned moments. Ever stained your favorite shirt with an unfortunate lunch choice? Imagine a waterfall that wipes that stain clean, not just from your fabric, but from your memory too. As the waters cascade over you, they murmur words of reassurance. Mistakes are merely stepping stones on the path to growth. Picture how liberating it would feel, moving gracefully through life without the weights of guilt. It's like finally shedding a hefty backpack filled with rocks after years of carrying it uphill. Oh, sweet relief. The light envelops you further, highlighting your unpolished corners, the spots you've long neglected, the dreams postponed, the apologies left unsaid, the "I'll get to it tomorrow" resolutions. Can you hear the water laughing softly as it watches those doubts dissolve, swept away into the gentle embrace of Al-Ghafar's infinite mercy? Now, let's spotlight the funny little quirks of human life during this era. Ever tried sharing your big thoughts with a friend, only to be interrupted by a very eager goat crammed under the table? Imagine that, living in harmony with a mischievous flock continually vying for your attention. In this glorious time, where spirituality met the mundane, the absurdities of life were but a background melody to the symphony of divine love. And just as you think you might drift off into your dreamland, let's return for a moment to the cascading light that continues to cleanse and restore. In each droplet lies boundless grace, as if enough warm hugs for the whole village were packed into one brilliant ray. Recall that your essence, and indeed all that you carry, is wrapped in this luminous gift from Al-Ghafar, urging you to walk boldly into tomorrow. Trust me, dear listener, you are eternally cherished. You are not defined by mistakes, but by the energy you bring into this beautiful world, the laughter you share, and the kindness you extend. Just like that bright waterfall running everlastingly, reminding you that forgiveness is as robust as the sun that rises each day. So, let the light continue to wash over you, replenish your spirit, and cradle your hopes as you journey toward a peaceful slumber tonight. And as you draw closer to the land of dreams, remember, there's a magnificent waterfall of forgiveness awaiting you at all times, a gentle reminder that every mistake is but a stone polished on the ocean floor of existence. Until we speak again, dear friends, may the cascading light of Al-Ghafar continue to comfort you in slumber and awake with you tomorrow. For every new day is an opportunity to embrace life anew, free and unencumbered. Sleep well. Chapter 11. The Divine Eye. Gazing into Allah's infinite mercy. Salam alaikum, dear listeners. Tonight, we embark on a journey so expansive it makes your last vacation to the nearest grocery store feel like a mere stroll. Imagine this, a colossal divine eye gazing upon the universe, its pupil a magnificent swirl of galaxies, witnessing every secret, thought, and tiny whisper floating through creation. Yes, folks, we're talking about a celestial eyeball larger than a kid's wildest dreams about candy, and much more profound. Now, before you settle into your comfortable nook, let's take a moment to get into the right frame of mind. Grab your favorite pillow. You might just lose consciousness trying to fathom the vastness of this divine sight. Dim the lights, perhaps light a candle or scatter a few cozy blankets around like confetti. And remember, if you feel like you're floating into the clouds of blissful slumber, it's just the universe nudging you along. Have you ever wondered what it would look like to walk among the teachings of the Prophet Muhammad, peace be upon him, during the golden age of Islam? Or how on earth did those early companions manage to share wisdom without the convenience of the internet? What if you blended David Attenborough's calmness with the fine art of telling outrageous dad jokes? Now you're cooking. Congratulations. You've just woken up in the 7th century CE, specifically during the time when Allah's divine guidance was whispering through the stars and settling gently upon the hearts of eager believers. You can practically smell the sandalwood and spices wafting through the marketplace of Medina, where merchants haggle over colorful fabrics with a flair that would put modern-day infomercials to shame.
Ever tried to negotiate a price on a donkey or a particularly fluffy rug? Good luck convincing that stubborn goat that it's time to move aside for your brilliant plan to procure dates. Now, let's dive into this eye. Yes, this cosmic eye, observing everything and everyone with an omniscience that almost makes you reconsider that questionable decision you made last Tuesday. As day turns into night, glimmering stars begin to blank a canopy overhead. It's as if the universe has opened its own cosmic lounge bar, rolling out the celestial carpet for you to luxuriate in its wonders. The divine eye watches the bustling streets of Medina, its lens crystal clear as it captures the unfiltered essence of humanity, both the hilarious and the humbling. Picture children playing in the sand, laughter echoing through alleyways like a soft symphony. Can you hear the heartwarming banter? Or, if you listen closely, you might catch a merchant proclaiming, "This rug is so fabulous, even the camels are jealous." Let's transition a bit here. Ever thought about how those ancient folks answered the age-old question, "What's for dinner tonight?" Spoiler alert, more dates than you can shake a stick at. Imagine being a picky eater in the 7th century, lamenting your fate while staring at a plate of dates and a side of, yes, even more dates. Would you find it sensible to toss a note in a bottle to request pizza? Or, better yet, a feast resembling a modern-day food truck festival? Back to our gaze into the divine eye. Here in the early Islamic era, this watchful lens sees beyond the surface. The eye perceives the intricate web of intentions behind every action. It catches the shy smile of a child offering the last of their dates to a stranger. It embraces the quiet resolve of a woman standing tall despite the burdens she carries. The divine eye also giggles at our human quirks. Can you imagine it catching the adults attempting to outrun the kids chasing after a runaway goat? That's right. Don't act like you've never seen a goat on the loose. It's chaos wrapped in a layer of fur, a sight to behold. Observing all of this, the eye is not merely watching. It's enveloping everything in profound mercy and love. As night blankets the desert, you can almost feel the gaze honing in on your own heart, illuminating your hidden fears, dreams, and myriad of decisions, both brilliant and baffling. The divine eye whispers softly, "Dear one, there's grace imbued in every whisper of your existence." Imagine that. No pressure, just a gentle reminder that every fumble is part of that grand cosmic drama. Now, let's touch on the stories uttered around flickering campfires. Imagine these early companions recounting tales of old as they pass the time under 1,000 twinkling stars. Folks, take out your sketchbooks, for tonight's canvas is the universe itself. From the stories of the prophets to their own adventures, overly dramatic recaps of sheep-stealing escapades or fighting off ferocious flies at dinner, these tales are painted with the vibrancy of life itself. With the eye keeping tabs on this unfolding narrative, we can't help but marvel at how it hears every laugh, every sob, and even those moments when the nervous one is about to drop an entire platter of pilaf. Picture a divine shoulder shrug in response. After all, isn't that what humanity does? We stumble, we rise, and we try again, often with more laughter than we thought possible. As you lay here soaking in the mesmerizing watchfulness of Allah's infinite mercy, allow yourself to let go. The cosmic eye reminds you that you're part of something greater, something astonishing. Each of your dreams, each misstep, forms a tapestry that interweaves with existence, connecting you with everyone else under these twinkling stars. So, as the soft breeze from some long-lost eternity grazes your cheek, remember, you are cherished, watched over, and loved. May this gentle reminder of Allah's infinite mercy bring you peace and solace as you drift into that slumbering bliss. Until we meet again, may the divine eye continue to twinkle over you, ensuring your journey across time, space, and dreams is adorned with compassion and laughter. Sleep well. Chapter 12. Bikun, the cosmic ignition of creation. Salam alaikum, dear dreamers.
Tonight, we're diving into something hotter than a chai masala on a sunny afternoon. An extravagant cosmic event that makes your average Monday morning feel like a slow crawl through traffic. Picture this, an immense void, so vast and silent that even the echoes have given up and just caught a nap. But then, suddenly, a solitary word resonates through the depths of this emptiness. Bikun. And just like that, a dazzling solar system bursts forth from the nothingness, shimmering like the sequined attire of a wedding guest who can't seem to help but show off. Grab your favorite pillow, trust me, you'll want to sink into it as we explore the art of divine creation. Dim the lights. Get cozy under a blanket that feels softer than a cloud. And today, for the love of all that is sleep-inducing, turn off the drama of the day. We're transitioning into a more serene state as we wander through the mind-bending yet comforting hand of Allah's infinite mercy. Have you ever thought about the stellar creativity it takes to assemble the universe? Imagine trying to create a pancake and suddenly finding yourself, with not-so-handy hands, flipping a 1,000-layer cake instead. How do you even measure the perfect amount of stardust? How does one decide how many asteroids can squeeze into a galaxy? You know, more serious matters than deciding which socks to wear today. Like choosing which galaxy will be home to your future pet dinosaur. Congratulations! You've just awakened in the 7th century CE, at a time when the radiant light of revelation was blossoming like a brilliant flower in the desert sun. Behind the bustling marketplace of Medina, meet the early companions of Prophet Muhammad, peace be upon him, who stand wide-eyed under the cosmic marvel taking place above them. Picture their faces illuminated by free samples of fresh dates while they contemplate the grand scheme of creation. Can you feel the sweet warmth of the desert breeze? The aromatic fragrance of roasted nuts wafts through the air, teasing your senses. Suddenly, a kid runs by, holding a handful of candy-like dates, his laughter ringing like melodious bells in the tranquil evening. Even better, there's a merchant nearby, desperately trying to convince a goat to stop munching on a particularly iridescent tablecloth. If you've ever tried negotiating with a toddler, you will appreciate the effort. Let's talk about this word, bikun. It's more than just 2 syllables plucked from the silence. It's the seed triggering an explosion of creation across the cosmos. Each time Allah says be, something miraculous unfurls. Picture this. Planets begin spinning, and gravity pulls them into an intricate dance, crafting orbits tight enough to keep each planet cozy, yet vast enough to allow for visits from friendly meteorites. Isn't it fascinating? It's like the greatest cosmic party, where every guest is dressed like a planet and has its rhythm. Now, imagine walking down the streets of Medina, where wisdom flows like water through a fountain. The companions gather round, listening to stories about creation. So, you're telling me that one word was all it took? Just 2 letters? One of them exclaims. And here I am struggling to construct a coherent sentence about my grandmother's famous falafel recipe. Cue the laughter, echoing through the arched streets, as everyone realizes the absurdity of their own creative struggles, compared to the infinite power of divine expression. And as the sun begins to set, the stars blink into existence, one after another, as if the universe were winking knowingly at you. You can't help but think, what if they have their own secrets? Perhaps amidst the cosmic mystery, they share dramatic tales of the early days of the universe, melodramatic brushes with comets, and thoughts about how to impress a beautiful blue planet like Earth. So now, let's discuss why you got so caught up in all this cosmic flair. Well, my friend, it's not just sensory delight. Your heart is learning something profound. As every creation unfolds, like the curls from your favorite freshly baked bread, you're reminded that you're woven into this grand tapestry, a part of a cosmic story that is unfolding right here, right now. Oh, and don't forget the humor. Amidst all this divine artistry, the universe has quite the quirky sense of irony. Picture it, those stars above twinkling down at habits on Earth, like that one friend who keeps texting you right before bed,
but doesn't care when you finally throw the phone across the room? What if they're watching your 7 p.m. attempts to remember if you turned the stove off, while the universe keeps spinning like a top, completely unaffected by your earthly worries? With this in mind, let's revel in this moment. As you lay here, absorbing all that beauty around you, take a second to appreciate Allah's infinite mercy. It's like the universe's way of whispering, "Hey you, drowning in concerns that feel heavier than lead." Find solace in the fact that all of creation responds to a gentle bekun. As you drift deeper into sleep, remember that Allah's love shines brighter than all the stars combined. You're part of this marvelous game of celestial hide and seek, and all those worries, they can wait until morning. Until we explore the next cosmic adventure together, may you find rest wrapped in the embrace of Allah's infinite mercy. Sleep well, dear friends. Chapter 13. The Cosmic Tapestry, Weaving the Secrets of Allah's Mercy. Salam alaikum, dear dreamers. Tonight, we're entering a realm vaster than your local bazaar on a shopping spree day. You know, the one where you promise just one more, but end up carrying bags that could double as parachutes. Join me as we unravel one of the most intricate cosmic tapestries imaginable, skillfully woven by the hand of Allah, revealing the astounding patterns that chronicle past, present, and future, like a cosmic timeline that's ever so slightly more organized than my sock drawer. So, settle in, and don't forget to hit that like button, subscribe, and toss a comment into the waves. Only if you enjoy it, of course. We wouldn't want your thumbs getting sore for anything less than celestial comfort. Now, dim those lights, crank the fan, and pull that blanket tighter around you. Because it's not just the stars in the sky that are in for a show tonight. Have you ever found yourself pondering whether the universe is really just a grand art project soloed by a power-hungry artist? Is there a cosmic spreadsheet somewhere, fully equipped with spreadsheets detailing every cosmic hiccup? Do certain black holes exist because someone forgot to pay their celestial bills? Or perhaps the galaxies are like those cookie jars in your kitchen, full of treats, hard to open, and sometimes getting a bit too messy. What secrets are buried in the folds and fringes of existence, waiting to be unwound like a good old-fashioned yarn? Congratulations. You've just woken up in the 7th century CE during the dazzling early days of the Islamic era. What a time to be alive! Imagine yourself sitting among the bustling crowds of Medina, where every corner seems to echo with the wisdom of revelation. The marketplace buzzes with the energy of life, merchants hawking dates as sweet as honey, and children darting around like little stars, enjoying treats straight from the palm trees. Let's take a second to appreciate this grand, cosmic tapestry, which is far more complex than that sweater your Aunt Fatima knitted you for last Eid, though we'll admit, it's one of a kind. Each thread, carefully woven together by the divine, illustrates the intricate design of Allah's infinite mercy. Picture this: the past, present, and future all snuggled together like 3 generations of a family crammed onto one couch, full of shared stories, laughter, and yes, some friendly squabbles. Now, if you could physically see events in this brilliant tapestry, what would you find? Gather round, my friends, as we peek into a few of these threads. Close your eyes and imagine the moment Allah commanded, "Bikun." Suddenly, the cosmos shook as if jolted awake, and space itself began to unfold, revealing layers of creation, all intricately bonded within this magnificent design. It's as if Allah whispered a secret that kicked off the greatest cosmic roller coaster ride imaginable. Now, let's pause for a moment, shall we? Our early companions of the Prophet Muhammad, peace be upon him, must have looked up at the stars with wonder as they shared the stories of creation like kids swapping tales about superheroes. You can almost hear one of them exclaim, "So you're saying we stem from a single command, and I still can't convince my goat to stop munching on my neighbor's laundry?" Cue the laughter echoing through the light-hearted air. With every beaten heartbeat in Median, the companions began to understand the immense mercy interwoven with every star, galaxy, and shimmer of light above them. It's like Allah spun creation into existence using the fabled yarn from a celestial tailor who knows exactly how to get every thread just right. You can picture them arguing good-naturedly about whether the threads were primarily twinkling or dull, making metaphysical bets about when the stars will next align in their favor. But wait, let's ponder this mercy a little longer. What does it mean that we exist amidst this elaborate dance of time and destiny? As those early companions witnessed every marvel of Allah's handiwork above them, they were slowly unraveling pieces of this divine puzzle. Each tiny occurrence, each heartbeat, each lingering element in their lives was part of a grander design, pulling them deeper into connection with their Creator. Can you imagine standing there amidst those early revelations, wondering how distant your own future might appear? A bit like watching your favorite TV show and realizing it's already in its 25th season. The companions recognized their lives were interwoven with a plan far more significant than they had ever anticipated. Each action, mere word of praise directed towards Allah, was another thread stitched delicately into a rich tapestry, forming part of a narrative they had only begun to understand. And now, as the sun dips below the horizon, highlighting the richness of the woven cosmos, each twinkling star sparkles back at you in mutual recognition, a silent representation of Allah's love cascading through creation. Maintaining this design was like trying to orchestrate a choir made up of millions of singers who occasionally forget their parts, creating a harmonized yet beautifully chaotic melody. As we drift off into our dreams tonight, my friends, think about how each of us is part of this intricate masterpiece. We're woven into the fabric of free will, mercy, and destiny, dancing along the threads of life. Each revelation was an invitation to appreciate the wonders unfolding daily, those mundane aha moments that remind you every little action matters, even if it feels as small as a grain of sand in a desert. So let's cuddle into that cosmic tapestry of connection, to the mercy, the designs, and the laughter imprinted within the threads of our fleeting yet beautiful existence. May we drift gently into sleep tonight, wrapped in the myriad blessings of Allah, letting go of the day's burdens and breathing in the serenity of His infinite mercy. As you rest, remember this cosmic wonder, dear dreamers. Each night brings a new opportunity to weave your story into this grand design. Until our next adventure together, may you find solace in the embrace of all that is divine. Sleep peacefully, friends. Sleep. Chapter 14. The Whirlwind of Divine Call. Sound and light converge. Salam alaikum, dear dreamers. Tonight, we're stepping into a spiritual whirlwind more chaotic than trying to assemble IKEA furniture with your cousin Hadi, who insists he knows better but can't even find the screws. Yes, we're diving right into the 7th century, a pivotal time where sound and light danced together like an excited couple at a wedding reception, bright, loud, and full of promise. But before we jump in, if you're ready for this cosmic adventure, make sure to like, subscribe, and leave a comment. Only if you truly enjoy this, of course. We wouldn't want your thumbs aching from all that enthusiasm if we don't deliver celestial magic, right? Now, dim those lights, turn on a gentle fan, and snuggle into your blankets like a cocoon, because we're traveling back in time. Did you ever wonder what it feels like to be a listener in such an important era? Will there be enough snacks at the after-party? And let's be honest, did you ever think about how hard it must be to find the perfect outfit while trying to impress someone at a community gathering? Congratulations! You've just awakened in the vibrant heart of Medina, where every moment feels charged with energy, and the loudest call, the adhan, gathers every soul towards one divine point, whispering peace and love amongst the tumult of life. Just imagine thousands of voices rising, echoing across the landscape, bringing together diverse faces all united in one sacred moment. It's as if God had thrown a cosmic cocktail party, inviting everyone, and each one of us is utterly unprepared for the treasure we're about to encounter. Let's pause here for a moment. Imagine the color of the call to prayer, What if it were bright pink, like your aunt's favorite hijab? Or what if it jingled as if made from a brass band in a marching parade? Over 1,400 years ago, that clear, melodic call soared over rooftops, drawing the community like moths to a divine flame. On that bustling day, you might hear the clanging of pots from nearby kitchens, women calling to their children, and the distant laughter of men haggling over spices in the souk. Indeed, it feels like the universe itself is tuning its strings, aligning the stars while whispering, "Listen." Now, let's get comfortable with the idea that amidst all this joyous chaos, Allah's infinite mercy is sitting right at the center, ready to envelop us. Think about it. Have you ever had an aha moment while trying to solve a puzzle, only to find one piece hidden under your couch? Your heart racing as you realize that everything you've been searching for was merely out of sight. Like a cosmic jigsaw, each sound and light converging on one point, the moment of revelation. But how does it all connect? Let's take a leisurely stroll through the marketplace. Picture yourself perusing the stalls, surrounded by the warm aroma of freshly baked bread and the vibrancy of spices, with more colors than your Uncle Ahmed's wild ties. Suddenly, you freeze. You hear the call, "Allahu Akbar," and it resonates deeper than the sweet shop's sugary temptations. This call is like a cosmic alarm clock, jolting your spirit awake. Imagine wishing you had that extra granola bar you meant to pack for this journey, because it's about to get serious. The companions of the Prophet Muhammad, peace be upon him, felt this vibration, this urgent beckoning, sweeping them off their feet, like when you snag your toe on an uneven pavement and get flung into an impromptu dance. As the layers of revelation peeled back, illuminating the hearts of the believers around you, the men and women of Medina must have marveled. So, all of this, it's connected? My morning cup of almond milk and that date pudding booth across the street too? Amid the chaos, the universe sage smiles, a million golden threads weaving through the very fabric of existence, echoing, "Yes, my friend." Take a moment to visualize the myriad paths of existence colliding in Medina. Laid beneath the vibrant sun, the town buzzes with life, chatter, laughter, even the occasional goat bleat. Yet every beating heart stands ready, instinctively attuned to that bright call piercing the veil of daily routine. And just when you think the spectacle has reached its climax, Allah's mercy unveils itself in ways you could never have imagined. Each prayer, each call to worship, becomes a gentle reminder that something greater is at work. It's like trying to explain how delicious your grandma's lentil soup is. There's just no words, only the heavenly sensation of warmth washing over you. Who knew, you ponder aloud, that amidst the dizzying array of colors, sounds, and the occasional dust cloud, I was part of something so grand? As you watch the companions express their awe, their love, against the backdrop of expanding awareness, even the goats seem to nod in agreement. Yes, my friend, you are not just a bystander. You're part of this incredible rhythm of faith and mercy. As twilight sets across the horizon, the stars glimmer like tiny lanterns of divine promises that every soul can feel deep within. How thrilling it must have been for those early believers to realize they stood at the very cusp of a great change, a collective awakening, where the sound and light all spoke in unison, drawing them ever closer to their Creator. So, dear dreamers, as we ease into slumber tonight, remember that we, too, are part of this cosmic tapestry. Each thought, each feeling, woven into the pattern of life through the benevolent threads of Allah's infinite mercy. It may be a world away, but the echoes of that call weaved a story that continues to resonate through our hearts, urging us onward. Until next time, may you find serenity in Allah's ever-present embrace. Sleep peacefully, friends. Sleep. Chapter 15. The Universe's Ultimate CEO. Allah's Commanding Forces. Salam alaikum, dear dreamers.
Tonight, we embark on a cosmic journey that is colder than your aunt's fruit salad at weddings. A salad that is mostly out-of-season grapes and perhaps a dash of despair. Yes, you're about to dive into the 7th century CE, a time where the universe was as vibrant and dynamic as a toddler who just discovered chocolate cake. Imagine planets swirling, gravity working overtime, and atoms spinning like they're auditioning for a role in a science fair talent show. But remember, we're not just here for cosmic visuals. We're here to uncover the secrets of Allah's infinite mercy, a theme as rich as your mother's biryani and just as satisfying. Before we lift off, let's remind ourselves, if you enjoy this celestial romp tonight, don't just stare out into the cosmic abyss. Like, subscribe, and leave a comment. But only if you actually enjoy it. We wouldn't want to risk your thumbs falling asleep, right? Now, get cozy, dim the lights, and turn on that gentle fan. It's time to whisk you back in time like a time-traveling pomegranate, the ultimate fruit of knowledge. Can you imagine what it must have been like to witness the birth of a faith, an entire universe teeming with life? Did they ever argue over who gets the last date at iftar? And pray tell, what was the fashion dilemma for men back then? Those togas were tricky, right? Congratulations! You've just woken up in Medina, the lively heart of the early Islamic era, where the air is peppered with the fragrance of spices, the sounds of laughter mingle with the bustling marketplace, and every person seems to have a story to share. Unless, of course, they're busy trying to figure out what's going on with their newly converted neighbor's goat. As you stroll through the vibrant streets, let's take a moment to appreciate the majestic forces that hold everything together, even in Medina. From the gravitational pull of the stars dancing far above to the tiniest atoms spinning like a DJ at a family wedding, each element of the universe is at Allah's command, a brilliant reminder of His infinite mercy. Can you feel that? It's as if entire galaxies are whispering in your ear, "Hey, don't forget about us." Here's a thought. We often complain about being held back by gravity on a Monday morning, but let's appreciate that gravity is essentially the first law of cosmic babysitting. Without it, you'd be flung off into the depths of space, probably missing this delightful adventure. Isn't that comforting? Let's find a corner stall in the market, ensconced between piles of freshly baked bread and jars of golden honey, while merchants barter loudly in the background, trying to woo customers with the persuasive charm of someone trying to sell expired yogurt. You, dear dreamer, seem perfectly at ease knowing that divine forces are orchestrating this cacophony. The bustling merchant is like the universe's conductor, making sure that everything is in harmony, though he might need to work on his high notes. Now, clear your thoughts as we dive deeper. Imagine all these forces coming together, forming an orchestral ensemble much grander than any symphony. In fact, it's the original cosmic collaboration, conducted by none other than Allah. Can you imagine the celestial orchestra? Stars plucking the strings of reality, while comets twirl like they're part of a cosmic ballet. Every heartbeat and every breath is a manifestation of divine mercy. Think about it. Your heart is pumping away like it has its own personal gym trainer, urging blood to circulate, while the universe, masterfully set in motion by Allah, gently coaxes you to appreciate every moment. It's like trying to enjoy a slice of cake, knowing your friend is eyeing it a little too eagerly. Nope, this is my slice of divine mercy. Hands off. As we stroll deeper into the narrative tapestry of Medina, Allah's overwhelming mercy unfolds in ways we least expect. Each prayer being called reminds us that we're part of something greater. The sound reverberates like a cosmic phone call, urging our hearts to answer and unite. It's as if the universe itself is calling us for a mega group hug. Now, let's make an effort to visualize the universe stretching the limits of possibility. Every blade of grass vibrating in rhythm with your very existence speaks volumes. Hey, I'm here because of the divine.
Each day, the sun rises not just as another round of breakfast debate, but as a reminder of Allah's generous mercy, a chance to start over, to learn, to grow, and possibly even to avoid that embarrassing slip on the tile floor you did last week. Among the bustling crowd filled with humanity, there's a gentle but firm voice perceived in the commotion, guiding souls homeward. What if that voice was Allah's infinite mercy, echoing down the alleyways and calling believers back to their core? Perhaps it's that feeling you get when you've misplaced your phone, an inexplicable tug pulling you back to what you truly need. And just when you think you've seen and heard it all, imagine the moment of revelation, the moment when that ethereal force commanded, "Be," and suddenly, everything was. Picture the vast universe orchestrated by a divine will so great that it dwarfs your most elaborate weekend plans. It's like planning a surprise party where even the universe brought balloons and confetti. Now, think about the sheer power of Allah commanding all that exists, crafting destinies in a web of fate that weaves through the ages. You might find yourself chuckling. You know, like when you discover that the universe created avocado toast long before Instagram made it trendy. As twilight drapes itself over Medina and the stars begin their celestial dance, they serve as twinkling reminders of the infinite mercy Allah exudes. This isn't just a story. It's a tender embrace, a loving reassurance that you're cradled in the arms of divine compassion, like a sleepy toddler after a long day out. You are part of this great cosmic play where each moment is a rehearsal, each prayer a soliloquy, and every heartbeat a reminder of Allah's boundless compassion. So, as you sink deeper into your dreams tonight, remember, you are not alone. You are woven into the very fabric of the universe, held safely within the infinite embrace of Allah's mercy. May your dreams be as bright as the stars, and may you feel the warmth of divine love wrap around you as you drift off into restful slumber. Until next time, dear dreamers, sleep peacefully in the knowledge that the universe is ever so compassionate, ever so compassionate. Chapter 16, The Golden Threads of Creation, Unseen Network of Divine Mercy. Salam alaikum, dear dreamers. Prepare yourselves for a journey more delightful than a surprise box of your favorite sweets landing on your kitchen counter. Tonight, we delve into the 7th century CE, a period more vibrant than a newly painted mosque, and far less contentious than your uncle's debates over the best way to brew tea. Gather your blankets, fluff your pillows, and let's get ready to explore something stranger than your neighbor's fascination with garden gnomes. The massive, star-studded dome of the sky, supported by a golden thread of divine mercy, stretching beyond the realms of human understanding like a preposterously big pizza you're convinced only exists in your dreams. But before this cosmic voyage takes off, don't forget, if you're enjoying this celestial escapade, kindly like, subscribe, and maybe drop a comment below. I promise not to judge you if your thumbs fall asleep. That's a whole different struggle, right? Now, lean back, dim the lights, and crank up the fan just enough to emulate a gentle desert breeze. It's time to transcend time itself. What would it feel like to be a merchant in Medina, juggling dates while simultaneously figuring out whether your neighbor's goat is planning a coup? Did they ever argue about who holds the last piece of macaroons during iftar? Did decorative lighthouses ever exist, showcasing the fine art of walnut carving? Let's drift through the imagination to find out. Congratulations! You've just awakened in Medina, a bustling hub where humanity intertwines like flavors in a well-cooked pot of lentil stew. The air here is filled with a fragrant symphony of spices, the soft clinks of pottery, and joyous laughter echoing through the market, promising encounters even more unexpected than finding out that your childhood best friend still eats Nutella with a fork. In this vibrant market, let's pause to admire the cosmic mechanisms at play above you. The magnificent dome of the sky, studded with billions of twinkling stars, is intricately held by an unseen network of golden spiritual force, much like an invisible handyman fixing your leaky faucet of existence. Each star you see is a reminder of Allah's infinite mercy, shimmering beautifully as if they are preparing for the grandest audition in the universe's history. Now, imagine you're seated at a busy market stall, surrounded by vivid colors and mesmerizing smells. Your senses are engaged like a cat on a laser pointer hunt. Merchants call out, trying to lure in naive customers with the persuasive energy of someone trying to sell seaweed chips as the next big health fad. Among this human orchestra, there lies the understanding that these forces in the universe, much like most of us after a particularly spicy shawarma, are divinely orchestrated. Subhanallah. So let's peel back the layers of perception, shall we? Picture that massive sky. Above, its vastness filled with possibilities as the sun crashes into the horizon in hues of orange and pink, like a majestic painting running late to its own gallery opening. The hidden network, like the world's best-kept secret society, supports this celestial roof, covering us with entirely more grace than the protection of cling film over leftover pasta. This divine netting serves as a reminder. It's like finding out that your favorite pizza place has a secret recipe passed down through generations. Just as the ingredients in that scrumptious pie come together in gentle harmony, so too do these spiritual forces hold the universe with gentle care. They flutter around as what you might call, for lack of a better word, cosmic babysitters. Isn't it comforting to think that the universe has a safety net for those daring cosmic leaps you never quite dared to take? As you breathe in the warm, spice-laden air, consider how Allah's mercy pulses through everything, much like the comforting rhythm you feel in your chest as you calm down after a midday panic about forgetting your keys. Again, with every heartbeat, you feel that divine force reminding you of the grace of existence and the joy of being woven into the very fabric of creation. Let's circle back. Walking deeper into the market, we encounter vendors, merchants with their loud banter filled with tales of the wondrous wares they have on offer, and stories even more colorful than their garments. Each prayer bell resounding echoes Allah's call for unity, like an enthusiastic call and response session at a family reunion. It feels as though the universe itself is inviting every heart to join in this great cosmic gathering, an infinite reminder of divine love and mercy. By now, the beauty of the universe's orchestration is as vivid as the sunset you're witnessing. Imagine the white sand beaches of your favorite destination, minus the sunburn. Each tiny grain of sand is part of a larger picture. Every starlit sky above is another note in Allah's heavenly symphony. Let us dive a little deeper. Picture the moment when Allah commanded, "Be," and voila, everything fell into existence. That moment was an instant so powerful that it's like trying to convince a cat to take a bath. Good luck with that. Every corner of the universe came into being, not with a bang, but rather a whisper, woven masterfully into existence by divine love. Indeed, the golden threads of mercy that encompass all, divine support and gentle nudges, reminding us to bask in the wonder of life. From the planetary movements to the raindrops cooling your skin, Allah has meticulously created a tapestry of existence as unique as the last donut in the box. Now, as the sun dips lower and the stars begin to perform their glittering dance, remember that you're a part of this glorious symphony. Look up and find serenity in knowing that Allah's mercy surrounds you, enveloping you like your favorite cozy blanket on a winter night. Feel at peace, dear dreamer, as you allow this knowledge to soothe your mind and cradle your spirit. So as you gently drift into sleep, let the vastness of the universe wrap itself around you like a protective cocoon, reassuring you of Allah's infinite mercy. Inhale deeply and exhale slowly, recognizing that you are part of something grand, woven into the fabric of creation, embraced by divine love. Until next time, dear dreamers, remember as you slumber, the universe is cradling you in its infinite arms, and mercy reigns supreme over our earthly tales. Sleep well,
and may your dreams be as starry and beautiful as the cosmos above us. Chapter 17. The Majestic Throne of Light. Sovereignty Beyond Comprehension. Salam alaikum, dear dreamers. Are you ready for an experience more electrifying than finding a $5 bill in your winter coat? Brace yourselves, because tonight we are embarking on a journey to a place more awe-inspiring than your cousin's collection of vintage thimbles. Imagine a colossal throne of light, shimmering brighter than every Eid lantern you've ever seen, occupying a space at the very edge of the known universe, dwarfing galaxies like your high school gym teacher wrestling a basketball. If you're enjoying this cosmic escapade, don't forget to sprinkle a bit of love, like subscribe, and maybe drop a thoughtful comment below. But only if you actually enjoy this, of course. No pressure. Now, let's dim the lights, crank up that fan just to the right temperature, and make ourselves as cozy as a freshly baked baklava nestled in its syrup. Are you ready? Picture yourself in the bustling streets of Medina, a vibrant tapestry of life where the scent of saffron hangs heavier than your aunt's opinions on the latest wedding gossip. Do you find yourself wondering what it's like to navigate through throngs of people while balancing merchandise on your head? Or have you ever thought about how much more entertaining an argument over who has the best shawarma could become if it involved gentle goats in the mix? Congratulations! You've just woken up in the glorious 7th century CE, during a time when humanity is more vibrant than a freshly painted mosque. People are sharing jokes and the news of the day as casually as they would discuss the latest flavors of yogurt. But even as you stroll through the lively streets, take a moment to gaze upward at that magnificent dome of evening sky. Above you hangs a vast cosmos, endlessly stretching, a celestial sponge soaked in divine mercy, an unseen network holding it all together like those elastic bands you keep hoarding in your drawer, knowing one day they'll be useful. Let's watch as the sun dips below the horizon, spilling hues of gold, orange, and purple across the sky, like the world's most extravagant painter showing off their glorious mistakes. Ah, the beauty is breathtaking, isn't it? But let's shift gears back to our monumental theme, the colossal throne of light. Picture a throne so vast that it encompasses the parameters of all existence, a resplendent seat for the Lord of the universe. You might say it's a little more impressive than your mom's embroidered chair that you're forbidden to sit on. Every cosmic entity, every star burning in the heavens, is held aloft by this infinite majesty, tying together the whole universe in a glorious embrace of mercy and care. Subhanallah. Imagine if your neighbor's cat managed to finally appreciate the splendor of life. That's the feeling of watching the stars blink with unyielding joy. Now, as you walk beneath that sprawling sky, feel the serenity envelop you like a warm shawl on a winter's night. Each star a reminder of divine mercy, an inkling that you're not just a speck of dust in a vast universe, but a beloved thread woven into the fabric of creation. Feel the warmth swell in your heart as you think about what it means to be cradled by such cosmic grace. Speaking of grace, let's lighten things up with some relatable humor. Imagine trying to park a camel in a busy Medina marketplace. Now, that's a holy ordeal. But here's what's remarkable. Just as no one questions a camel's right to roam freely, each of us has the same rightful place in Allah's infinite love. Need a gentle nudge as you navigate life's oddities? That colossal throne isn't just a majestic seat. It represents a promise, a reminder that every challenge you face is ultimately enveloped in mercy, no matter how colossal it may seem. Now, let's explore the irony here. While we mortals fuss over the slightest inconveniences, like losing an hour of precious sleep worrying about that unspeakably burnt dinner, Allah's grace flows seamlessly through existence. Isn't that a comforting thought? As twilight paints the marketplace with shades of dusky pink, you can almost hear the whispers of history calling out to you. Every merchant struggling with stubborn currency, every child giggling as they try to sell you mysteriously sweetened figs, each a microcosm of the larger, glorious tapestry of divine creation. Feel the rhythm beat in your own heart as humans engage with one another, kindling the daily dance of community, each soul reflecting a fragment of that grand throne's light, blossoming in their own vibrant uniqueness. So, as the stars begin their majestic waltz across the sky, find peace in knowing that every flicker up there is a testimony to Allah's infinite mercy, much like your favorite snack returning after a long dietary regime. This is your moment of peace, dear dreamer. Close your eyes and let the knowledge of that immense throne wash over you, reminding you of your rightful place in the universe. May the mercy of Allah cradle you, sending you gently into slumber, where your dreams can frolic freely among the stars, basking in the glow of that colossal celestial light. As you float off, hold tight to this comforting thought. You're never alone. You are cherished, surrounded by the boundless compassion of our Creator. Sleep well, and may you rise refreshed, ready to embrace the wonders that await you tomorrow. Until next time, dear friends, take these musings with you. Let them remind you that every moment, even the tiniest spark, is an invitation to embrace the infinite mercy that envelops our existence. Sleep tight under the vastness of that glorious night sky. Chapter 18. The Radiant Leaf, Illuminated by Divine Mercy. Salam alaikum, dear dreamers. Tonight, we are venturing into the kind of mystical twilight where the air is crisper than your uncle's Thanksgiving jokes, and the echoes of whispers from the past resonate like the latest pop sensation. Imagine walking through a morning fog in Medina, where even the sun seems to shine with a sense of purpose, chasing away the shadows of yesterday faster than you can say, "Extra hummus, please." But before you slip into this enchantingly humor-filled exploration, let's do a little housekeeping. If you enjoy what you're about to discover, please sprinkle some love. Like, subscribe, and slide in a comment below. But remember, only if it tickles your fancy. Now, let's dim those lights, crank up your favorite fan just for that sweet, comfortable breeze, and wrap yourselves up as tightly as a savory shawarma. Have you ever thought about what it would be like to trudge through a forest like a clumsy deer trying to find its way, only to trip over a stray branch and end up rediscovering every tiny detail about a single autumn leaf? I mean, who knew leaves could have more narrative than your neighbor's gossip? What if, while navigating the twists and turns of life, the swirling patterns painted on that leaf mirrored the emotions you experienced during your afternoon coffee break? Trust me, modern life's got nothing on the tiny world of a leaf swaying gently in Allah's incredible mercy. Get ready because, congratulations, you've just woken up in the radiant 7th century CE, surrounded by the verdant majesty of a deep, dark forest, where every secret is cradled in Allah's infinite mercy. Now, embrace that feeling of gentle intrigue as we uncover the unbelievable journey of a single leaf, falling dramatically from a great height, not unlike how your favorite cereal box topples disappointingly when you're just trying to pour a bowl. As you step into that lush forest, every breath of cool, crisp air fills your lungs, sending ticklish little shivers down your spine. The damp earth beneath your feet is richer than that secret family recipe for chicken biryani that's been hiding in the family vault. And as sunlight breaks through the canopy, it transforms into a golden beam, illuminating a single autumn leaf poised delicately in the air. This leaf, dear dreamers, is no ordinary leaf. It's a vessel of divine secrets, a witness to every laugh, tear, and hope that has traversed the worldly expanse. Picture it swirling slowly, almost theatrically, as if auditioning for the role of most dramatic exit in an elaborate play directed by none other than Allah himself. With every flutter and twist, the leaf whispers tales of individual stories. The merchant bargained over spices, the child who stumbled over his own 2 feet, and the wise elder dispensing wisdom like water from a well. Each person's life is recorded in ways that would astound your history. Teacher, who clearly has no idea about the intricate tapestry of divine mercy woven throughout existence. You might wonder, what does Allah think about this little piece of nature? With an air of humor and love, It showcases how even the smallest of creations holds immense significance. Believe me, it's like finding your lost keys in the back of a closet. You didn't just discover the keys, you unearthed a whole range of emotions tied to those keys. Now, while the leaves glamorously spin in the breeze, have you ever thought about how fragile yet vibrant life is? Our protagonists, the leaves, take on the existential challenge of falling gracefully. Like a belly dancer gliding across the stage, every rustle symbolizes acceptance of the divine will. It's enough to make you think, why do I get flustered over daytime traffic when leaves can gracefully accept their fate? As the pearl of sunlight bathes the leaf in warmth, let's take a moment to relish the beauty of divine presence. With each droplet of morning dew resting upon its surface, the leaf radiates the knowledge that it is cherished, a part of a boundless universe that envelops all in gentle mercy. Imagine the serenity settling in your heart, like being wrapped in your softest blanket after a long day. Now, let's pause for a thought, shall we? What if we cultivated that same attitude every day? No more fretting over emails that require replies faster than a cheetah chasing down its lunch. Rather, what if we accepted life with the lightness of that leaf, embodying the fluid grace of nature? As this little gem of a leaf begins its descent deeper into the cradle of the forest, every inch closer to the ground is a step toward connecting with the earth, sharing experiences, dreams, and concerns with all that surrounds it. Picture the sensation, the gentle swaying. What would it feel like to be cradled by almighty compassion, knowing every stumble and joy is accounted for in the divine ledger? This leaf may not have the wisdom of Aristotle or the experience of your favorite wise uncle, but it holds a world of wisdom nonetheless. And when it finally lands, it becomes part of the earth, continuing the cycle of life, serving as a nutrient-rich pillow that will nurture new seedlings. It's as if the universe is telling us, take it easy, things work out in ways you can't always see. Just like that leaf, you're all part of the bigger picture of creation. So let this leaf's journey remind you that your existence, too, is cherished deeply. Beneath the twilight of your daily struggles, consult the celestial realm of Allah's mercy, and you might just find a touch of humor in every slight inconvenience you face. After all, isn't life just a collection of dramatic leaves falling through a grand narrative, beautifully etched by the Creator himself? May you carry this imagery into the gentle embrace of sleep, knowing that as you dream, every moment is cradled by the infinite mercy that surrounds you, all while laughing at life's absurdities. Sleep well, dreamers, and may the divine grace of Allah illuminate your path as gently as the light dancing on that radiant leaf. Until next time, let the tales of nature whisper sweetly in your heart, wrapping around you like a cozy shawl throughout the night. Chapter 19. The Scales of Divine Mercy. Salam alaikum, dear dreamers. Tonight we're embarking on a journey more intricate than your grandmother's shawl knit on a rainy day. One that winds through the depths of Allah's infinite mercy, where the balanced scales of divine justice hang in perfect equilibrium, as if they've had a solid practice at yoga. You know those old-timey scales that are about as reliable as your last online shopping order? Well, picture these resting gracefully in the celestial realm, loaded up with the shimmering light of mercy on one side, outweighing a tiny, inconspicuous grain of wrath on the other. Life's uncanny little moments are nothing compared to this heavenly setup. Now, for your pre-nap hostess's obligatory engagement call. If you're enjoying what's floating into your ears right now, don't forget to like, subscribe, and drop a comment, only if your humor's tickled. Let's keep that cosmic energy flowing, folks. So, as you settle in, dim those lights or keep them bright, whichever works best for your bedtime routine. Crank up the fan for that soothing wind-down effect, and let's talk about a few absurd scenarios to ponder as we drift into the serene, humorous folds of time. Ever imagined what it would be like to barter with a merchant in ancient Medina over the price of dates, only to end up getting distracted by a nearby camel hiccuping melodically? Or
How about wondering if that Islamic scholar juggled more books than balls in his spare time? I mean, they say multitasking is an art form, but have you ever tried to memorize the entire Quran while telling your cat to stop eyeing your dinner? Congratulations! You've just woken up in the radiant 7th century CE, precisely in the early Islamic era, where the charm of the marketplace thrives, and, more importantly, the principles of divine mercy come to life like never before. Let us talk about this intriguing, weighty balance. Imagine, if you will, those divine scales somewhere near the lush gardens of Medina, filled with fragrant orange blossoms and a gentle breeze that sings lullabies to the soul. On one side sits the infinite ocean of mercy. Call it the mercy of Allah, if you will. It glows brighter than the sun reflected off a polished silver tray. Each ray contains the warmth of every heartfelt prayer ever uttered, every tear shed in repentance, and each smile shared among friends and family in the spirit of kindness. Have you ever encountered a mercy so profound that it made you feel like you'd just won a lifetime supply of falafel? This divine mercy is Allah's infinite embrace, reminding us that no matter how wonky our journey may be, we are cradled in a love as vast as the desert itself. Now, let's pivot to the other side of the scale, where the potential grain of wrath exists. It's not meant to terrify, but more to be an awareness, a gentle nudge to stay mindful. Picture it as a harmless dust bunny hiding behind your grandmother's well-used Quran. It whispers, "Hey there, maybe those minor misdeeds need a touch of attention." It's the gentle reminder we all need that life is a delicate balancing act. Just think of it as trying to balance a melon on your head while navigating a crowded bazaar. You might wobble a bit, but remember to keep your posture. What makes it intriguing is that this weight of potential punishment is utterly dwarfed, almost ridiculously so, by the extravagant weight of divine mercy. I mean, in the grand cosmic scales of life, even the most seasoned merchant would have to agree, this divine setup has it figured out. It's like trying to charge your smartphone with an ancient battery, hardly effective. Now imagine our companions in Medina, bustling about, blissfully unaware that they too wake up every day being guided by this celestial balance. Their lives, filled with the daily grind of trade, family, and a ceaseless quest to remember their prayers, are gently nudged by a love that's woven into the very fabric of their existence. Every good deed they offer, their smiles, their kindness, their communal sharing at the local gatherings, adds grace to that glowing side of mercy. Can you see it? Picture the nights spent laughing around the fire, sharing stories, worshiping under the stars, every act accumulating into a swelling tide of compassion that tipped the scales toward mercy so fluently, it's like rhythmically swaying during a bedtime lullaby. And if you're worried about the tiniest cast of wrath, don't be. It's merely a particle, a reminder of growth. Just like you would never complain about a little thread dangling from your favorite sweater. Think about it. Was that shadowy grain of retribution ever meant to keep us awake at night? No. It merely nudges us back on track, guiding us to seek forgiveness and strive to do better, helping us to reposition our moral compasses high above the ground. Now, dear dreamers, wrap this up in your blankets, cradle the weight of humanity, and smile at the sheer absurdity of it all. For too often, we get tangled in the intricate web of life, forgetting that Allah's mercy, nearly absurd in its abundance, far outweighs any minor missteps we may make along the way. As we prepare to wrap this comforting tapestry of delightful understanding around you, may you fall into a gentle sleep, dreaming of endless mercy and the harmonious dance of those scales. May these reflections cradle your spirit, lightening the weight of this worldly existence and envelop you in warmth, like the embrace of a beloved friend. Until next time, let the message of divine grace guide your nights and illuminate your days. Sleep well, and may your dreams be filled with the sweet perfume of mercy that envelops us all. Chapter 20.
the luminous heartbeat of divine closeness. Salam alaikum, dear dreamers. Tonight, we step into something more delicate than the fabric of a silk thobe, gently vibrating closer to your heart than even your most cherished memories. Yes, my friends, as we settle into the soft embrace of time, we will explore that ineffable energy, the divine presence of Allah, wrapped around you, like the warmest of hugs on a chilly evening. Now, take a moment, a deep breath, like you're just about to dig into a heavenly plate of biryani. What would it really be like to walk through the bustling streets of 7th century Medina, where men flail their arms like they're conducting a symphony while arguing about the best way to prepare olives? Or what if we imagined that every time a cat awkwardly stumbled into your path, an angel watching from above chuckled, whispering, "Ah, even they need some mercy." And speaking of cats, do you think folks back then got their workout by chasing after wayward goats instead of texting their friends about brunch plans? I mean, who wouldn't want to trade a conventional morning jog for a hilarious dash to retrieve a stubborn creature that apparently had better things to do? Congratulations, you've just woken up in the radiant 7th century CE. Enjoy the aroma of fresh dates and spices wafting through the air, and don't forget to breathe in the excitement. Let's find ourselves near the fragrant gardens of Medina, sitting beneath the shade of orient trees, where daily life unfolds in glorious simplicity. Now, let me draw you nearer. Just close your eyes and imagine that pulsating, luminous energy source residing ever so gently in your chest. You might think it's your nagging neighbor asking to borrow your favorite pot, but wait. No, dear friends, it's that divine essence, your connection to the Creator, a heartbeat of love resonating more intimately than your own. Yes, there you are, feeling it throb like a poetic haiku, soft but steady, whispering, "I'm closer to you than you can imagine." Can you feel that love draping over you like your favorite blanket? It's the assurance that no matter how chaotic things get, no matter how many camel-related mishaps occur, Allah's mercy surrounds you like a cozy shawl. As you stroll through the streets of Medina, can you hear the distant echo of laughter? Picture a group of children playing tag, their innocent giggles echoing through the alleys. If you squint just right, you can almost see the divine connection guiding their laughter, a reminder that joy, just like mercy, is meant to be shared. It's a celestial jigsaw puzzle, each piece fitting perfectly in the grand design of life. Imagine the bustling marketplace vibrant with merchants, repairing their wares as if they were stitching up their old families into their craft. The vibrant colors, gold, green, and blue, contrasting with the simple cloth of everyday wear, a reminder that life weaves its intricate patterns even in simplicity. And look, there's the fruit vendor, struggling to juggle more bananas than a circus clown. Have you ever tried to save your grocery balance without dropping your lunch? It's much the same. But let's pause for a moment and appreciate that heartbeat of mercy coursing through the community around you. As you meander, every act, be it a wise old man sharing wisdom or a child lending a hand, becomes a flourish of grace, contributing to that luminous energy we crave. Can you feel it? Perhaps those pressing questions of modernity, the damage of social media arguments or absent-minded scrolling, fade into the background as you take in the natural beauty around you. The soft breeze carrying tales of ancient wisdom. Have you ever felt a breeze that felt like a gentle nudge from your wise grandmother? That's exactly what this divine proximity feels like. Among the gaggle of the Medina townsfolk, let's imagine a merchant doing his best not to trip over a rug while stretching his arms, not unlike us trying not to trip over our shoelaces on the way to Friday prayers. Some traditions remain timeless, don't they? In the distance, a musician strums his lute, melodies cascading like water tricks in the fountains, reflecting the sweetness of shared hearts. And now, as you come back to that luminous energy deep in your chest, think about the beauty in the idea that Allah's mercy will always outweigh your missteps. Picture it as a mountain of fluffy clouds,
lighter than your aunt's secrets after her famous henna. It's incredible how, through sincere intentions and small acts of kindness, you can tip the scales of divine love and grace. The gentle realization, dear dreamer, is that we are all threads in a vast cosmic tapestry, interwoven and glowing under the grand sky of mercy. Bask in this understanding as the sunset hues deepen across the horizon, painting the world with promises of a night wrapped in soft comfort. Let's close our eyes now, inviting ourselves to the warmth of that pulsating energy, where love, mercy, and divine closeness become a reality. As we embrace this comforting warmth, may you nestle yourself within these tender reflections, letting your heart pulse along with the divine love resonating from the heavens above. Until next time, dear friends, sleep soundly, cradled in the infinite embrace of divine mercy, dreaming of joy in sharing love and laughter. Let this heartbeat guide your nights and illuminate your days, for you are never far from Allah's grace.
Chapter 21. The Cosmic Symphony of Divine Patience. Salam alaikum, dear dreamers. Tonight, we embark on a journey that is more awe-inspiring than witnessing a cat successfully jump onto a high shelf. We will delve into the grand cosmic opera, where celestial bodies perform a dance stretching over 6 epochs, all while teaching us the incredibly valuable virtue of patience. So, buckle up as we take a cosmic roller coaster ride through time, without the risk of losing our lunch at the first drop. But before we dive into that, let's talk about the rather peculiar life of the 7th century celestial observers. Have you ever wondered how they adjusted their schedules without smartphones? Did they trade gossip about the stars the way we trade brunch recommendations? And seriously, was there a Men's Guide to Stargazing book floating around, helping them select the best vantage points while avoiding the neighborhood goat that had a knack for photobombing with its cheeky antics? Congratulations! You've just woken up in the 7th century CE, a time when people looked up at the night sky with a sense of enchantment that would make any modern-day stargazer turn green with envy. Picture this. The soft glow of stars is competing for your attention with the flickering lights of oil lamps from the bustling streets of Medina. As you breathe in the scent of spiced dates and antiquity, can you feel the rhythmic pulsation of the universe waiting for you to explore its secrets? Now let's talk about cosmic epochs, because celestial bodies don't just assemble themselves leisurely like your neighbor's IKEA furniture. Over the course of 6 divine epochs, planets and stars formed, clashing and colliding like 2 excited children fighting over the last cookie. Except in this case, they were forming galaxies. This dazzling spectacle takes time, millions of years in fact, making even your most outrageous wait for a slow Wi-Fi connection seem like a blink. As we drift through the cosmos, let's take a moment to consider what it was like for those early Islamic astronomers. Lying on the cool ground, gazing upward at a velvety expanse sprinkled with celestial jewels, did they ever shout, "Star, come here! I need to ask you a question about my life choices"? If only. Their minds were likely bursting with wonder, just as ours do while binge-watching an entire season of a show in one sitting. How many times did they spend hours measuring the distances between heavenly arches with their makeshift devices, only to realize, oops, the moon just flicked them off like a pesky fly? Ah, patience. That key ingredient in the recipe of both celestial observation and the scattered breakfasts of our early ancestors. With each epoch unveiling its mysteries, the cosmos unfolded like a Persian rug, each thread weaving together the fabric of divine mercy and patience. Can you feel the anticipation? Sounding more like waiting for a much-anticipated package Than watching the birth of stars. But such are the ways of Allah's design. Everything occurs in its perfect timing, dripping with wisdom, just enough to make you sigh in awe. For those living under the Rashidun Caliphate, this patience was not just philosophical, it was woven into the very fabric of their faith. Imagine standing amidst your kin, waiting for the next revelation to be unveiled, your heart beating like a drum at a festival. Reflecting the cosmic waiting game, your community buzzes with excitement, yet solemnly respects the timing, the realization that divine timing is often mysterious. And let's take a side note. If patience could wear a physical form, would it be dressed in the elaborate robes of a scholar? Or perhaps take on a shape akin to your friend who claims, "I'm fine if I miss the first few calories on a diet"? Breathe in that absurdity, my friends. Now, as celestial bodies align, witness the creation of constellations that don't just dazzle your imagination, but narrate stories of mercy, the endless grace that envelops all creation. With each star you identify, feel a surge of cosmic camaraderie, reminding you that every soul, heavenly or otherwise, holds a purpose in this divine tapestry. As the epochs wove their intricate patterns across the heavens, how might ancient souls see the challenges they faced? Much like today, varying struggles and aspirations shaped their days and nights, yet they found solace in the constellations telling them that patience is celebrated, not merely endured. Picture the parallel. Every cosmic shift as if coaxing a wayward goat homeward. Just as Allah's mercy navigates our tangled lives, these shimmering bodies whispered, "Chill, you're part of a larger story, one that transcends time and space, where every moment counts." Eventually, you feel the gentle pull of the cosmic cradle, lulling you back toward the earth, grounding you into the beautiful simplicity of life. Amidst every celestial event, the universe assures you, the more you connect with this divine patience, the more you unlock the secret to navigating your own chaotic existence. So let's conclude this cosmic adventure by returning to the lessons of patience that echo through these ancient epochs. Perhaps every time you feel the impatience bubble in your heart, like a pressure cooker during a dinner rush, remember that the stars align in their own time, teaching us not just to wait, but to appreciate the beauty of the unfolding journey. As you drift gently towards sleep tonight, envision the stars twinkling down, reminding you of Allah's infinite mercy, wrapping you up like a cosmic embrace. Sleep well, dear dreamers, knowing that you are woven into the grand design of patience and divine grace, forever cradled in the cosmic rhythm of creation. Chapter 22. The Celestial Dance of Grace and Humor. Salam alaikum, dear dreamers. Tonight we journey deeper into the celestial tapestry woven by Allah's infinite mercy. Imagine a cosmic sitcom playing out in the heavens, where the stars wink at each other and the moon rolls its eyes at the sun's brightness. Yes, we're diving into a realm so magical, even your childhood imaginary friend would be jealous. If that doesn't capture your imagination, picture it colder than your old friend's coffee left in a corner of a busy cafe, stale, forgotten, and filled with missed opportunities. But before we embark on our whimsical celestial voyage, let's sprinkle in a hint of humor. Have you ever wondered how those brave 7th century astronomers kept track of their stargazing schedules without the luxury of smartphones? Did they leave their mechanical sundials in the dust while contemplating the glorious night sky? Alas, missing their appointments to catch a hitchhiking comet because they got sidetracked by a goat casually munching on their star maps. As you nestle in, dim the lights, and put on that fan to create a refreshing breeze, let me ask, have you ever found yourself in a cosmic debate with your friends about which heavenly body you'd most want to have brunch with? Would it be the radiant sun, flamboyant and flashy, or the shy, modest moon, who can always keep a secret? And if both were arguing over who's the real star at a party, who would you root for? Don't worry, they're made of gas, so the chances of them throwing shade, or rather light, are slim. Congratulations! You've just woken up in the 7th century CE, where celestial observations weren't merely a hobby. They were an epic saga that could turn even the dullest evening into a lively gathering. Picture this: the scent of spiced dates wafting through the air, mingling with the soft chatter of neighbors discussing the latest gossip about the stars.
Were they dating, or was that just speculation? The moonlight dances on your skin like a beloved grandparent's kiss, enveloping you in warmth and comfort. Now let's talk about our cosmic friends, the sun and moon. They aren't just metaphorical dancers, they're the perfectly paired couple at a divine ball, moving through the skies in an elegant waltz. Imagine them each day, the sun shouting, "I'm the shine of your life," while the moon sweetly teases back, "And I'm just here to steal your spotlight when you're too hot to handle." But, oh dear fellow dreamers, have you ever thought about the sheer geometry of their movements? They're not just spinning around, they're orbiting with such precision, it's as if they've consulted the universe's most intricate cosmic planner. Their synchronized steps are more awe-inspiring than finding the perfect parking spot in a crowded lot. And while they twirl around, do you ever wonder if they chat about their day like your friends do over coffee? So soon, did you blind any late-night owls today? As we embark on this meditation of celestial wonders, let's reflect upon how those early astronomers, lying on the cool grass, absorbed in the heavenly spectacle, might have interpreted the patterns in the sky. Did they glance at the stars and think, "Hey, that cluster looks like my neighbor's goat"? And when they faced the empty dark of night, did they chant, "Please, divine forces, don't let that ratty cat sneak up on me again"? Let's take a deeper look. Each night revealed not just the shapes of constellations, but also sprinkled lessons of mercy across their hearts. Allah's design unfolded in heavenly threads, leading to revelations that wouldn't just inspire poets, but also transform lives in ways you'd equate to winning the cosmic lottery. As the stars took their positions, can you envision their whispers reaching the ears of those waiting for divine guidance? In braided patterns, they offered a saga of patience and introspection, a reminder that life, much like celestial orbits, takes time to align perfectly. Just like your daily struggle of getting out of bed when your blanket feels like a gravitational pull, sometimes you just need to embrace the pull of patience. In witnessing the astronomical ballet, ancient souls learned simple yet profound truths about the nature of waiting and ease. Picture the humor in it. Humans, with their daily challenges, drawing inspiration from the grand, patient personalities of the cosmic dancers above, thinking, "If these two can handle their endless revolving courtship, surely I can deal with my twin toddler's shenanigans." So, as we glide among this eternal grandeur, let's finish with a chuckle. What if the sun and moon had family gatherings? You can hear the countless arguments about whether the moon deserves more credit for being the light in the darkness, or if the sun should rightfully be crowned the ultimate source of all those Snapchat-worthy sunsets. And just imagine, while they argue, planets float diligently by, appearing to mumble under their breath, "I just want some of that cosmic pie." So tonight, dear dreamers, as you drift into a restful slumber, close your eyes and envision those cosmic relationships nestled in the embrace of Allah's infinite mercy. Let the symphony of the stars lull you into a peaceful realm, where dreams align just like those celestial bodies, each one singing the song of creation. You're part of that divine tapestry, forever cradled in the cosmic rhythms, always ensconced in the infinite love of Allah. Sleep well, dear friends, knowing that patience and mercy are synonymous with the universe as it dances above us all. Chapter 23. The Small Bird and the Silver Thread of Mercy. Salam alaikum, dear dreamers. As you nestle in your cozy blankets, let's embark on a journey that's softer than a cloud made of marshmallows. Tonight, we will unveil something more delicate than your neighbor's attempts at lawn maintenance. The profound mystery of a small bird suspended in midair, held aloft by a nearly invisible silver thread of divine power. Yes, you heard that right. A bird, high above, confidently wobbling as if it just learned to dance, all thanks to a little divine TLC, tender, loving care. But before we soar into this avian exploration, let's take a moment to reflect on life in the 7th century CE, specifically during the early Islamic era. Have you ever wondered what it would be like to wake up in a world without social media? where your biggest concern was whether to feed the goats or try bartering with the local merchant? Or perhaps you've daydreamed about ducks, birds, cavorting through the skies while you're busy trying not to trip over your own feet at a family gathering. Now, let's ask the essential questions. If you were a bird, what kind would you be? A proud peacock flaunting your feathers, or a humble sparrow sneaking breadcrumbs while nobody's looking? And if you could chirp any tune, would it be pop hits from the 90s or the soothing lullabies of the ancients? Imagine losing your voice just before the big performance. Could you still pull off your best bird-like impersonation? Now there's a thought to keep you giggling. Congratulations! You've just stepped into the vibrant tapestry of the 7th century, where people roamed the arid deserts of Arabia, trading spices with fervor, and discussing everything from trade routes to the latest celestial happenings. Picture this. You're gathered with villagers, feeling quite sophisticated, mind you, under a sky splattered with stars, while smoke from your evening meal wafts through the air, mingling with the sweet scent of date palms. This is the realm where earthly concerns blended seamlessly with heavenly whispers, where each night bore witness to divine stories unfolding above. Let's talk about this small bird, gracefully suspended in midair. You might think, what's so special about a bird and some string? Ah, dear listeners, imagine if that bird was more than just feathers and chirps. It was a messenger, a flapper of divine mercy, held up by that nearly invisible thread, a celestial yarn spun by Allah himself. Now, as you lie there, visualize those ancient souls gazing skyward, perhaps pondering over dinner. Do you think that bird's ever worried it won't find a nice branch to rest on? More than likely, they felt just like us, enveloped in the uncertainty of life, while simultaneously being reminded of the divine care that cradled the world. In a time when humans utilitarianly connected their faith to their surroundings, a bird floating whimsically above them could have been likened to a blessing, akin to that unexpected parking spot right outside the bakery when all you wanted was a warm loaf of bread. No shortage of grace here. Consider, then, how refreshing it must have been for citizens of that era to witness nature's spectacles. The eras of wandering nomads finally found footing. Picture the dusty roads, the hum of a bustling market, or the pitter-patter of tiny feet making detours around your feet as you tried to negotiate the best price for that beautifully embroidered garment. Was this bird not adorned by divine threads, too? It seems nature itself was putting on a show, whispering the infinite mercy of Allah with each beat of its wings. As the bird swoops and glides above, isn't it funny how we, the human species, tend to complicate the simplest of things? We stress over presentations, fight over the last slice of cake, and plan 5-minute cartoonish dialogues to prepare for coffee chats, even with our closest friends. Meanwhile, this bird has mastered the art of simply being, flapping around with no apparent worry, just trusting the subtle silver string that supports it. And oh, the important lesson. As laughter dances in the air, consider how human lives can sometimes mirror the plight of that small bird. Like it, we often find ourselves held by unseen threads, whether it's friends who lift our spirits, family who support us, or divine mercy that often feels just a gentle breeze away. So, as you nestle deeper into dreamy slumber tonight, let that vision of our feathered friend linger in the corners of your mind. Picture that delicate balance, the anticipation, the faith in something more profound than just flight. You've just been granted a glimpse into a world where the smallest of creatures, blissfully unaware, dances high above, tethered by the gentlest thread of mercy from Allah. Sleep tight, dear dreamers. Just like the little bird, trust that you too are held aloft by divine grace, and perhaps, just maybe, tomorrow will bring you just as close to the heavens, wrapped in love thicker than layers of dreams. Until next time, let Allah's mercy cradle you softly as you drift into the night. Chapter 24. The Seed of Goodness and the Tree of Divine Mercy. Salam alaikum, dear dreamers. Tonight we embark on an adventure that's as unexpected as stumbling upon a stray camel at a 4-star hotel.
Welcome to the fascinating world of the 7th century. Imagine a sprawling desert where the sand dunes wave goodbye like long-lost friends, and under the shimmering stars, Allah's mercy flows like the best dates and honey that a market stall can offer. Now, before we plunge into this tale of divine absurdity, let's ponder some quirky but relatable questions about life back then. Have you ever tried to barter for the last piece of bread, only to realize you left your best bargaining chip, aka your charm, at home? Or perhaps you found yourself in a deep debate over which type of date, Medjool or Deglet Noor, is superior, while all you wanted was to snack without the drama. Imagine waking up in this land of sun-baked mysteries, surrounded by the aroma of spices wafting through the air like sweet nothings, while the sound of distant laughter mimics a chorus of mischievous goats. Congratulations! You've just woke up in 630 CE, the dawn of Islam, where the tales are as lush as the oases you might find if you squint through the heat waves. So, let's pick up where our story takes us. Let's talk about the miraculous transformation that begins with something as humble as a small seed, a metaphorical pebble tossed into the grand ocean of Allah's mercy. Picture this: a simple soul, perhaps just like you, who performs a single act of kindness, be it sharing their last fig or offering a smile to a weary traveler. This small seed of goodness is like the best Tinder profile: minimal effort, maximum rewards. Now, let's set the scene. You're strolling through a vibrant marketplace in Medina. The sun is shining bright enough to turn a piece of bread into toast. Merchants call out with voices as rich as the finest silk, enticing everyone passing by. In this beautiful chaos, a soft breeze carries whispers of wisdom, urging you to engage in acts of kindness. You feel compelled to help a neighbor find lost grains, or rescue an elder from a mischievous goat stealing dates. Who knew goats were such crafty little thieves? It's no simple matter, but oh, the reward. You see, according to the teachings sprouting from the heart of Islam, each seemingly insignificant act of goodness germinates into something magnificent, much like a mere seed transforming into a grand tree adorned with the sweetest fruits of mercy. Now, as night drapes over the desert oasis, envision yourself under a sprawling, chart-topping palm tree, the metaphorical embodiment of every little deed you have ever done. Imagine its branches casting gentle shadows, like a protective mother watching over her children. Those fruits, ripe and gleaming, represent the countless blessings that Allah showers down upon you. Can you grasp it? Each deed becomes amplified, multiplied in ways that your math teacher from school couldn't even explain. Remember that time you gave someone a spare piece of bread? Well, at this moment, consider that bread transformed into a banquet fit for kings. Picture not just one, but countless souls gathering to feast under your tree of mercy, laughing, sharing, and exchanging all kinds of date-related puns. And in the middle of this gathering, someone looks up and says, "You know, this tree used to be just a seed," winking cheekily as he gestures toward the tree's sprawling branches. A gentle voice in the background, a wise elder, or more likely your unintentionally hilarious uncle, chimes in. Ah, just like the best things in life, they begin with a spark of love and kindness. Yet, while your imagination wanders through these lush scenes, let's take a moment to acknowledge the glorious rewards from Allah's perspective. Each flicker of goodness grows into a dazzling array of colored lights, those glowing fruits of multiplied rewards swinging merrily from the branches, ready to be picked by anyone willing to reach out. They become a part of your eternal legacy, a radiance that shines not just today, but through the ages, far beyond the palatial troves of gold you might accumulate in this life. Now that you've embraced the full splendor of your metaphoric centerpiece, the tree of divine mercy, let's transition back into that bustling marketplace of Medina. Imagine a young child, eyes wide in astonishment, as they contemplate the bountiful fruits hanging above. Excitedly, they tug at their mother's sleeve, declaring, "One day, I am going to grow a tree just like that."
And how delightful it is when that simple declaration breathes life to future generations, the hopes and dreams of countless more trees sprouting from seeds of kindness. So, as you relax into this tranquil night, listen closely to the soft rustle of leaves in the gentle wind, echoing the divine promise we hold so dear, that your every act of goodness, however small, will reap immeasurable rewards in the shade of Allah's infinite mercy. Sleep easy, dear friends, for tonight you've not only sowed seeds, you've nurtured the beginnings of a vibrant forest, all born from the faith resting warmly in your heart. Sleep tight, knowing that you, too, are part of something magnificent. Until our paths cross again, may Allah's mercy guide you gently through the night.
Chapter 25. Beneath the Light of Mercy. Salam alaikum, dear dreamers. Tonight, we're diving into a scene that glows brighter than a full moon on a clear desert night. Or, at least, hotter than the tea your auntie insists on serving. Picture yourself in a tranquil, dark room, where the silence is so deep it feels like you could hear a pin drop. Or maybe a sand grain rolling by, but let's not get too technical here. As you cozy up, have you ever caught yourself praying, wishing for a divine sign? Maybe you didn't want a spaceship with flashing lights, but perhaps a casual "howdy" from above? Or have you found yourself pondering if prayer actually works when the mosquitoes seem to have better luck than you at getting a night off? Ah, you're not alone in those musings. Now, imagine you're trying to connect with the sublime in the early Islamic era, specifically during the exhilarating times of the Prophet Muhammad, peace be upon him, and the Rashidun Caliphate. Congratulations, you've just woken up in the 620s CE, where darkness is your only company, until it suddenly isn't. As you take a deep breath, the air is still and faintly scented with sandalwood, perhaps wafting through the intricate wooden latticework of this quaint room. You can sense a divine presence around you, like that cozy warmth you feel when you're wrapped in your favorite blanket. But it gets better. As you lose yourself in contemplation, the environment begins to change. A gentle hush envelops everything, akin to the pauses of a well-rehearsed poetry reading, waiting for the right moment to strike. And then it happens. The darkness is pierced by an extraordinary light descending from the highest heavens, painting everything in soft pastels, like an artist who just learned to blend paint, dazzling your senses. This isn't just any light. Allow me to paint a picture for you. It's shimmering, warm, and gentle, like a soft hug from a grandma whose cookies you really, really miss. The source of this brilliance is not chaotic. Rather, it swirls and glides through the room with a delicacy that feels like a gentle breeze ruffling your hair on a hot afternoon. Except, it's more divine. Picture yourself standing there, eyes wide, as you suddenly realize you're not just alone in prayer. You're like the main character in a movie about to receive a life-changing revelation. Kind of like when you finally figure out how to use that weird kitchen gadget you bought last year. As you absorb the scene, let me take you a little deeper into the essence of this moment. The texture of the light is ethereal, a tapestry woven with threads of faith and clarity. It has an ambience that wraps around your very soul, calling you closer, saying, "Hey there, friend, we're about to engage in something beautiful." Isn't it just an incredible thought that Allah's mercy can broadcast through space and time in such a dazzling display? In this mesmerized state, you think about the stories that shaped this era. It's almost oddly relatable, similar to those moments when you're glued to a TV series, uplifted and utterly mesmerized by the unfolding drama. So, imagine channels of wisdom flowing like rivers, reaching the hearts of those seeking solace, guidance, and an unbreakable bond with their Creator. In this divine light, the companions of the Prophet Muhammad, peace be upon him, might just be nearby, illuminated by the very same glow. They're probably huddled together, wide-eyed, sharing their own revelations, all the while whispering excited chat about daily mishaps.
as if they had just traded a particularly funny tale about someone mistaking coriander for flat parsley. Yes, it's that kind of delightful chaos. Hilarity amidst enlightenment. What fascinating conversations would you overhear? Perhaps one companion recounts how he tripped over a rock during prayer, creating a symphony of gasps from anyone within earshot. Another one would jest about how he's convinced the local goats run a secret society, plotting the most efficient ways to steal dates from unsuspecting vendors after sunset. And all of it revels under the blessed light of mercy, as if it's somehow binding each encounter tighter. As the illuminated moment settles, the tranquility in the room harmonizes with the gentle whispers of some hidden wisdom. It beckons your heart with messages of compassion, patience, and relentless love from Allah. You can almost feel the sensations wrap around you, melding with your heartbeat, inviting, calming, and profound. Now the room grows quiet, a serene invitation to reflect. Just for a moment, imagine the impact of the secrets whispered during this divine glow. Each nugget of insight is a treasure, hidden yet meant for every heart willing to listen. It's a moment ripe with purpose, revealing that not only is Allah's mercy vast, but it's also intricately personal. It's like when you realize that your favorite dessert at the local bakery was specially designed just for you. The light slowly begins to recede, but its warmth lingers, leaving echoes of wisdom to nurture your soul, as the darkness kindly blankets the rest of the world. Remember this feeling, dear friend. Let it nestle in your heart as a reminder of Allah's infinite mercy, infused in everything around you. And so, as you navigate your dreams tonight, may you wrap this illuminating moment like a warm shawl around your shoulders. Let the light of mercy guide you as you drift into slumber, knowing you're exquisitely embraced by the divine. Sleep tight, dear dreamers, in the ever-constant embrace of Allah's infinite mercy. Until we meet again. As we reach the end of tonight's long, wandering journey through ancient markets, cosmic vistas, enchanted forests, and the vast ocean of Allah's mercy, take a moment to breathe and let everything settle gently around you. We've walked beside people who lived in times far rougher, stranger, and more unpredictable than ours. From sand-swept deserts to lively bazaars full of laughter, stubborn goats, spilled dates, and dreams bigger than the night sky itself. Their days were filled with hardship, with dust and hunger and uncertainty, yet also with joy, humor, and a kind of resilience that still echoes across centuries. These were people who survived by faith, by community, by holding on to tiny sparks of hope even when life felt impossibly heavy. And somehow, through every struggle, they found moments to laugh at themselves, at the absurdity of life, at goats chewing on tablecloths and children chasing runaway sheep. Their world was difficult, but never empty, hard, but never hopeless. And through it all, Allah's mercy, infinite, patient, unfailing, carried them just as surely as it carries you now. So, as you lie here, warm, safe, and wrapped in comforts they could never have imagined, let gratitude soften your thoughts. You have a roof, a bed, quiet, and peace, luxuries that generations before you could scarcely dream of. Let the awareness of their struggle, their courage, and their faith make tonight feel a little warmer, a little calmer, a little more blessed. Now, let your eyes grow heavy. Let your breath slow. Let the weight of the day slip away like a receding tide. May peace settle over you like a soft blanket, and may the infinite mercy of Allah surround you until sleep takes your worries gently from your hands. Good night, dear listener. Rest deeply. You are safe. You are held. You are loved.